You know that I was a gangbanger? So you know. All blood neighborhood, homie. The only white motherfucker. I did go to jail, and I did do 18 months. But never smoked, never sold, and got out the hood. Because you know why? Character fucking counts. That's the gangster, dog.
I coached JUCO for 20 years. Left Indy, Netflix, Last Chance U. The way they decided to depict me, and I decided to start my own shit, my own show on the realest show on planet Earth, the Coach AB Show. Didn't know who I was going to have as a co-host. So about 6 years later, I decided to hire Big Smitty, Naptown's finest. I found the best young producer in the biz in Big Bailey. Now we're on the brink of becoming the biggest show, the realest show, and the best show on the internet. Just like I did unintentionally while being filmed on Last Chance U, raw and uncut. Coach JB and Big Smitty every single day, 6 to 9 a.m.
I'm kind of a fucking big deal, bro.
What up, what up, what up?
Sports Encyclopedia. U.S. Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut. Coach JB. Yeah. Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran. No fucking stupid, we ain't losing. Grind like something to prove it. Came to conclusion that it's proven. Yeah, I'm proven with a reliable source straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB. JB and Smitty from West Coast to your side. Worldwide, we in your city. Keep it 150. We never change what's happening. Hurdle and get it cracking. No capping, we never lack it. Like, look,
you motherfuckers better be ready to play. I should have stuck his bitch ass in the face.
Gay shit, homie. I'm so tired of these fucking gays playing football in my sport. How did Mina Kimes get there? Oh, guess who her husband is? Why are you allowing this broad on your network that doesn't know shit? Do you know what a 3 technique is?
No.
Okay, but you know football and talk football, and it's okay. See, that's why I can't speak to women in football.
You fucking slap dicks. Issues get pressed so fast it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing. We switched it and filled the gap. Smitty and Jason Brown, we killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing. We switched it and filled the gap.
To put the fear of God in these motherfuckers.
What up, man? We're in the building. Truth telling Thursday. I tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So pound that like. Member up, man. If you're not a member, member up. Start membering up and pound the damn like button. I don't know how we're losing likes every single day. Lazy, degenerates, entitled, enabled. I like straight motherfucking pussy out there. We got a lot going on, man. Truth on Thursday. Big Tank Johnson, 9, 10, 8, whatever year veteran, NFL veteran, will join me today and tomorrow and Monday morning. He'll hop on for about 30 minutes. Steve Kim joins us today. We got a loaded lineup, man. A lot going on in the news. Smitty is on vacation again. Dock his pay for a couple days. And then give that to Bailey. And then and he'll be back next week. So we're rocking solo dolo with a bunch of different guests for the rest of this week and the start of next week. And then I'll be on the yacht this weekend. See if Ruben gets off work or not. If not, gotta go fast. I'm gonna go fast. Get out in the ocean, go fast. Real quick before we start the show, member up over on Patreon and we went live last night, Monday, Wednesday evenings. I'll be doing probably a third show on Patreon as well. And we're almost ready for the cooking show as I has a bunch of cameras like this getting set up in my kitchen and outside backyard kitchen. We're just trying to figure out how to link Patreon to the live when I do that, because this is the only way that I know how to get on Patreon right here. So I got to hook it up other places. So we're trying to figure that out. So shout out to all you guys that watch the real uncut fact, not fiction over on Patreon. 4 things that men should never, ever do. Actually, there's 5. I'll add a 5th one. 5 things men should never do. Anyone have any ideas? Shoot them out there in the chat right now. 5 things. Give me your number 1 thing you should never do as a man. Give me your number 1 thing you should never do as a man. Go. I want to hear it. I got to hear it before I give you mine. I got to give it to you before I hear mine. No, cry. Okay, that's close. That's close. Wear pajamas in public. I got pajamas on my shit, but not in public. That's a different one. Paint your nails. That's fucking. Well, we know that already. Apologize. There's one right there. Never hit a woman. There's one right there. Complain. There's one right there. I like your guys', man. Make a sandwich. I like that shit too. Pretty good one, man. Pretty good. Lie. I like that. We should never do fucking yoga. Men, don't ever do yoga. Number 1, it's don't ever wear pajamas to bed. Don't ever wear pajamas to bed, men. Because it is. Don't ever get small tattoos on your lower back. Whoever has a small tattoo in the center of their lower back is absolutely. Don't ever scream. Ever. In a movie theater, scary movie, on a roller coaster, etc. Never, ever, ever scream as a man. Or you are. And 5th, but not least, but not last, but not least, don't ever, ever, ever wear a t-shirt and no drawers. We already know that is. Can't walk around with a t-shirt and nothing else. Can't do it. Doesn't fit our narrative. Cannot do it. But we also know you can't paint your nails. You can't do makeup. We make sandwich. We know those things exist. And I can probably give you 1,000 things. But we'll just go with 5 today. We'll do 5 every day, maybe. We'll do maybe 5 every day to start the show. But anyway, let's get this party started, man. It's Truth Telling Thursday. So pound the like. We should already have over 500 likes. The 49ers have finally cut Brandon Aiyuk, who hasn't played a snap since 2024. What a shame. He had promise and will now likely be a role-playing number 3 somewhere. Tank Johnson joins us, and he thinks that the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams, his former team, should sign Stefon Diggs. I can't wait to debate him on that. The U.S. avoids disaster as Italy smokes Mexico to move on to the knockout round. As I broke that down yesterday correctly for everybody in this watching the show about how Italy needed to win, and the U.S. wins and moves on no matter what Mexico did. I broke that down yesterday correctly, contrary to belief with Shaun King. Bobby Hurley out after 11 years at Arizona State. I didn't realize he was there 11 years. Good run, man. Didn't get over the hump. They let him go. JJ Redick says after watching 3 minutes of Bam's final 83 points game that he said, wow, this is just a different type of basketball, end quote. Lamar Odom left rehab and now wants to coach. And I can't make this shit up because watch him land. He'll land at some HBCU or some small mid-major. He'll coach your kid somewhere. He'll go on a coke binge. He'll apologize. You idiots will forgive him. As I said last night on Patreon, he'll go back to rehab. He'll choke a Kardashian, and he'll coach again. Meanwhile, I can't get a gig. I'm sorry. I snorted coke again. I'm sorry. I'm going back to rehab for the 17th time. I'm sorry. I drove around Vegas drunk. I'm sorry. And you motherfuckers really will hire him. Like, it's fucking unbelievable. The Ravens GM Eric DeCosta claims he had buyer's remorse when it came to Maxx Crosby. He said he understood it. We live in an age of skepticism and people question everything. I have a responsibility to the Ravens, he said. He said, nobody is more upset than me. Gutted by it, actually. And then he finally wraps it up by saying, a regret. Hey, Eric. I think someone else actually is more upset than you. His name's Maxx Crosby. You could try to come out and say, you're no more upset. But what do I know, man? Let's dive this up. By the way, people always say, no one's more upset than it is by me that I had to kick you out of your house. No, nobody's more upset than me, man, that, you know, I had to choke her out. Like, what? Really? I love the excuse making and people soak it up too. You motherfuckers buy it. You guys really buy it. Like, you really think it's like you're buying what he said. It's crazy. Like, it really is. Like, oh, coach, it's okay. You know, he made a mistake. He choked the girl, and then he choked another girl, and then it's okay. We forgive him. The Lord says, forgive him. Until he chokes your kid out. Fucking dummies. But anyway, let's dive into the quote of the day. Brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you download the app today. Use our promo code CoachJB. $75 on a $5 bet today. Use an Underdog. Must be 18, 19 in some states. And if you're a shitty bettor like Big King, dial 1-800-GAMBLER. Anyway, that's not real. We'll get to that later. A liar's worst enemy is someone with a good memory. Quote of the day brought to you by Underdog. A liar's worst enemy is someone with a good memory. Fact, not fiction. I remember. I remember. And I don't forgive. I forget a little bit here and there, but I'll never forgive you. I'm always going to come back and say, I remember you, homie. I'll be cordial and shit, but remember, I'm not going to the back dark alley with your ass. And I'm never loaning you $20 again. Contrary to belief, brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Stop being a people pleaser. People are never pleased. Contrary to belief. Never are they pleased. Never. Stop trying to please every damn person. Lucy. Found out last night on Patreon that we hit Iran with what's called a penetrator. It goes into the ground 200 feet. And Lucy was very ecstatic and excited about the penetrator. I don't know why or what that means. She was very ecstatic on Patreon. She was excited about the penetrator. So I don't know why. But Lucy, shout out to Lucy. Poll question, did the Raiders luck out? Before Tank Johnson joins us here in a few minutes, did the Raiders luck out? I have to believe they did. They already know who Maxx is. Maxx knows them. Maxx didn't have to move. Maxx saved some tax dollars. Maxx, I think Maxx is better off staying in Vegas. I think Maxx is better off staying in Vegas. Vegas won, and apparently they're going to try to restructure his entire contract and those other people they sign, and apparently they're going to keep everybody. I think, Bailey, unless Bailey hears something else, let me know, but it looks like they're keeping all parties after they signed everyone. So shout out to them. I told you guys. See, a lot of you guys always have buyer's and seller's remorse. And you don't know what you want in life. A lot of you don't know what you want in life. We call that a bitch made cat. BMK. A lot of you don't know what you want in life. Like this guy right here. Please no Smitty. And this guy says, show's so boring without Smitty. And then this guy says, see, you guys don't know what you want. That's what we call fake. You are fake. Like, I don't show that without Smitty. You guys worry about Smitty more than your own self. Holy shit, homie. I never seen a cat worry about another man so much. I never have, really. Like, you don't have nothing else to do. But won't member up. Won't take care of your own shit. Can't get no pussy. And you worried about another man. Crazy. God damn, homie. By the way, it's fire and ice. Love it every day. That's what we want. You think I want a regular ass normal show? I want a show with somebody that you don't like. Fucking dumbasses. Anyway, let's dive into the show before Tank gets on. You know the top 5 QBs to never win a playoff game? Anyone know? Go. Derek Carr is number 1. I've been talking about how shitty he is. Kyler Murray, mental midget, is number 2. I've been telling you guys how shitty he is. He's in Minnesota today. Carson Wentz, shitty as hell. Had one good year. Motherfuckers overpaid for him. I told you guys. 3. Justin Herbert. Again, right now, yet to win a playoff game. He's number 4. This is all time, by the way. The highest paid quarterbacks to never win a playoff game. These are the 5 highest paid guys ever. Justin Herbert is number 4, and Sam Bradford. Remember Sam Bradford? God, had promise. He was number 5. None of them won a playoff game. The mental midget has yet to win a playoff game. Holy shit. And he's going to Minnesota. And you know what I heard by Ryan Clark today? The race baiting extraordinaire. Ryan Clark said that if Kevin O'Connell is such a QB guru that he'll get Kyler Murray right, and he needs to bring him in. The race baiter is comical. I'm just telling you right now. He's almost, what is you guys? I get cringeworthy. I feel embarrassed when I hear him talk. So he was the guru when Sam Darnold was there, right? Won 14 games. Then he got rid of him, wanted JJ. So he became a horrible coach. And then now he's back to the guru if he can fix Kyler Murray, who no one else has been able to fix, by the way. By the way, sometimes you cannot fix certain people. So why would I put that on me? Why would I bring the mental midget to Minnesota knowing that he's not fixable? He's broken. He's broken. Don't bring that cat in. He doesn't fit your offense. He's literally a mental and midget. Like, it does not fit the offense. And it's funny how we pick and choose. Well, so they're now putting it so it will be again on Kevin O'Connell if Kyler Murray goes to Minnesota and fails. See how Ryan Clark worded that? Oh, if he's the guru, he'll take him and fix him. It's fucking comical, man. It's absolutely comical. Can't wait to talk to Tank Johnson about that. Let's dive into this, though. Eric DaCosta claims that he had buyer's remorse. Let's take a listen real quick because I got to hear this video.
What do you kind of say to that speculation?
I mean, I understand it. You know, I understand it. We live in that age of skepticism and people question, especially people that don't really know me or know the Ravens culture and the Ravens organization. So I understand it. As I said at the beginning, we've got a responsibility. I've got a responsibility to the Ravens, to this community, to our fans, and to Steve Bisciotti to do what we think is best for the club. And that's what we always try to do. Every decision we make is based on this idea, is this the best thing for the Ravens? It's very, very challenging. Again, I understand how people might, maybe from afar, would feel that way. But nobody's more upset about this than me. Gutted by it, actually. And so a big regret for me. But we will move on as a football team, and I think there's many, many opportunities for us to grow as a team, to become a better team, to build a roster, and to be the team that we want to be.
Cap. Here's the issue. Having talked to Weddle last night on Patreon and stuff, he was breaking this down as well. He was there. He's been there through several of these different things the Ravens have done, by whatever you want to call it, whether it's draft manipulation, trade manipulation, cap manipulation, whatever. He had buyer's remorse because he saw Trey Hendrickson come out on the cheap and he could get those 2 picks back and save those picks and get another guy who's led the league in sacks twice. That's clearly what it is. That's exactly what he did. Fact. So I don't know if you're hurting more than anybody. I don't want to hear that shit. But he has to do what's best for the Ravens organization, and he did nothing illegal. So, you know what? I don't know if I argue. I don't even know if I'm mad at the fact that he kept the 2 picks and got Trey Hendrickson. Like, I don't know if any businessman doesn't do that move with a guy that's coming off an injury, 8 weeks removed from surgery. I don't know if anybody does that. So, I mean, I'm not tripping. I'm tripping on the manner of how it was handled. That's all I'm saying. The gentleman's agreements type of shit that we do in grown man business is all I care about. That's all I'm talking about. And the fact now that Maxx Crosby, who's been the epitome of like locker room guy, fucking nuts and guts guy, play through injury guy, the shit I always talk about, playing through all this stuff. He's the epitome of the gladiator that we used to have in this sport. I don't like the fact now that he has to defend himself to 31 other teams if they look at this one cancellation after a physical failure. That's the part I don't like, because everybody in the league knew he had surgery and he was dunking on his basketball court right after. And then he's been on a crutch for 7 weeks, just took the crutch off. So I'm be honest, I don't like that part, because you knew that he had surgery and you knew the fact that what you were getting when you gave up those 2 picks. So I don't understand. Buyer's remorse is exactly what you had, no doubt about it. But let's keep it funky. Trey Hendrickson came out, less money, and you keep the 2 picks. I think most businessmen are doing it, period. So I'm not mad at the move. I'm mad at the process and how you handled it. But that's what the grown man business is. So it is what it is. You can't really cry over spilled milk. Life's not fair. We move on. And Eric DaCosta says he had buyer's remorse. So we'll see what happens. Baltimore reportedly had all the information regarding Maxx Crosby's knee recovery timeline before the team pulled out of the deal after the failed physical. And many in the league believe Eric DaCosta and the Ravens ultimately just got cold feet. That's kind of what I alluded to. That's kind of what I said. Also, Maxx Crosby came out afterwards and said basically he's confirming that he'll be playing for the Raiders next season. I'm a Raider. I'm back. Run that shit. And that's basically what he said. Shout out to Max, man. I'm glad he's still on the West Coast. Doesn't have to uproot and move his kid and wife and all the shit. And he stays in Vegas. Shaun King's happy now. We'll see. You know what's crazy to me, though, is why I'm calling Cap once again. Cincinnati Bengals, again, proving why they've been such a horrific organization for so long. Who in their right mind back in the day in football would have traded this man to an arch nemesis rival in the division? That's like giving Myles Garrett to the Steelers. Like, I've never seen no shit like it. And for the fact that the Raiders sent Maxx Crosby to the Ravens, another AFC team, was bad as it. That was already bad. But trading a guy in your division or signing a guy, I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Crazy work. I get the Ravens and the Ravens aren't the same division. I'm saying they're in the AFC though. You got to go through them eventually if you want to get to the Super Bowl. I never saw that. Whereas Tank Johnson, but I never saw guys trade guys to the same type of interdivisional opponent when I have to go through them to win a Super Bowl. Usually you take a Maxx Crosby, you send him to the Cowboys, NFC. You send him somewhere else, so you don't got to ever worry about him in the AFC unless you play him in a Super Bowl. If I get it to the Super Bowl, guess what? Good. So Henderson was cut, so yeah, I guess it's different. But that's crazy work, man. That is so crazy to see a guy go right from one team to another in the division. Shout out to Maxx Crosby. The 49ers are releasing Brandon Aiyuk. His last game was played in week 7 of 24. Now that new league year is open, the option use for the post-June 1 designation to cut Aiyuk is available for the Niners. It's just a matter of when. This guy's been an utter disappointment. I'm going to be honest. Utter disappointment. So I don't know where the 49ers, I think the 49ers are older. Kittle's coming off of surgery as well. Got rid of Debo. Is Jennings still there, Bailey? That's your best wideout right now? Pearsall was re-signed, coming off the shot. CMC is old. Trent Williams maybe let go or traded. Who knows? 40 years old, got rid of a lot of pieces on defense just a year ago, and now trying to recoup all that. They get Mike Evans, who's old, put him on a 3-year deal. It's an old roster, man. They did not get younger either so far. We'll see what they do in the draft. I don't see. Yeah, I think Jennings is a free agent as well, but he's there right now. So we'll see. We'll see. But the Niners are hurting. If you notice, that was the car right there that he ran by the stadium on. Boom. See? So that's what that was his get back, I guess. I'm gonna get this back. I'm gonna drive right by the stadium. That shit crazy. Shit is fucking crazy to me. Like, these motherfuckers are the most immature cats I've ever seen. They get more money to be more immature than I've ever seen a cat. I don't know. I don't understand where the belt to ass is by their big homies. I don't. Like, we used to have homies like, motherfucker, what the fuck you doing? You fucking it up for everybody. Like, where's that at? Where is the big homie talk? You fucking up for everybody. Where's that talk? Where's the big brother or the fucking, or whoever? Like, that's the problem I have, dog. These motherfuckers are overpaid, under-delivering ass cats. But we started in college by paying all these motherfuckers so much. Just telling you. I'm just telling you. That's the truth. It is what it is. We'll see what happens, but I'm glad Max stayed in Vegas after it's all said and done. I would like to see him win, but I'm glad he's back, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. The Raiders keep him or not. They can still make a move if somebody calls, but it looks like he's there. Must have had a talk as he entered the facility again. Must have had that talk. He's back. We'll see. We'll see what happens. America survived real quick before Tank Johnson joined us. America survived the World Classic and advanced with Italy after belt to ass against Mexico. And their coach avoided a disastrous removal from the tournament. Let me just put it that way. So, unbelievable set of events over the last 48 hours. And oh, my goodness, the U.S. moves on. Can they beat Japan, though? Don't know. Let me see. Let me see. All right, bet. Ow, fuck. What was I saying, Bailey? Ow. Fucking cramp. God damn. Tank Johnson will join us right now in about 2 minutes. NFL veteran. He hit you back, Bailey? Smitty on vacation, D. Jones. You knew that already. Let me see. Show me this Lamar Odom picture real quick, Bailey. Show me this Lamar Odom picture real quick. Bailey, is there a video of this motherfucker saying he wants to coach? Lamar Odom wants to coach college hoops. Lamar Odom wants to coach college basketball. Fact. Fact, not fiction. He said, fuck, I'll choke a Kardashian bitch. I'll go get a job. I'll leave rehab. I'll do a line. I'll re-enter rehab. And that's what I'm about. That's period what he said. He said that he is going to coach. If you give him a gig, college hoops or whoever gives this cat a gig, with all the cats I know out there deserving of one, you are a mockery. If Lamar Odom's out there coaching your son or daughter, fuck, you got to be shitting me. I love the trolls, man. I love the fucking trolls. He could do better than me, homie. Coaching hoops or football? I'm trying to figure out. Do you even know what sport I coach, you dumb fuck? Holy shit. Some of you dumb motherfuckers are stupid as shit. By the way, this is a Cuban hybrid roll. Fire. You don't know about these right here. Shout out to my boy. Hamas. The penetrator has has been delivered. And we have been knocking down Iran, but quiet as kept. We're going to talk to Tank about it. Iran's been fucking up Israel. Israel needs us. Remember that? Hold on, Paris. What did you just say? Repeat it. Who's Sabrina Parr, Paris? Who's Sabrina Parr? Anyone know? Sabrina Parr is the 3 technique girl that's gone viral, of course. Okay. That's the 3 technique girl. Check your fitness. Shout out to you. 3 technique girl in the video, actually. So it is what it is. Did I ever go to Friends University? I never went to Friends University, but I know where Friends University was. There's about 25 NAIAs in Kansas. They got more NAIAs in Kansas than anybody. So, yeah, I know where it is. I mean, I've been there. Fuck. Friends. What a fucking shithole. By the way, what a shithole bunch of NAIA schools in Kansas. But you know what? Shout out to Kansas, man. They do a lot for their universities, and they got a shit ton of universities in Kansas, by the way, that a lot of you probably don't even know. From between the Wesleyans and Friends and fucking, goddamn, there's so many in Wichita and the KC area. There's a shit ton, man. So we'll see. Have you seen the fucking Boston police body cams of the of the Patriots AFC championship deal with the strippers who I guess were like snorting coke and all kind of shit? Apparently, man, shout out to them, man. I don't understand why we're worried about it. Private party, what are you worried about? California has the gas prices $8 in some places, and it's Chevron who's leaving the state of California because we send our oil to Pakistan, and they get it refined, and then they come back out here. So just so you know, they resell it to us higher than we take it to them. Great job, Governor Newsom. For all the libs in the chat, shout out to you. Yeah, it was a video Chevron posted, though. It was a video that Chevron posted to prove to Newsom why we're leaving the state of California. That's all. So that's all I'm saying. What's the chat talking about? Oh, yeah. I don't go to Disneyland anyway. First of all, it's all Asian. Second of all, it's like $600. Third of all, why the fuck would I go to that fucking demonic ass institution? And fourth of all, Oh, yeah. Mid-American Nazarene, Benedictine, fucking Bethel, Bethany, fucking Friends. I mean, how many other schools are there? Fuck. By the way, Atchison, Kansas is a fucking another desolate shithole, by the way. Holy shit. What's the other one? Shaun Waffle in here? What's the other one? What's the one over there in I used to fuck with a broad over there. What's that shithole town? Newman? Isn't there Newman? Where's Newman? Emporia's a D2 though. Newman. Yeah, there's a Newman. Where's Newton? Newton, Kansas. Fuck, man. Shout out to the homegirl, man. Newton, Kansas. They got that big fucking water tower on the side of the road, and a fucking tornado went through there one time and just fucking ripped the place. And I was just kind of like, had to get underneath a freeway. William and Jewel that's Missouri, though. That's Missouri. Yeah. Before Tank joins us, I'm going to show JJ Redick, man, talking about Bam's 83 points. And if you haven't seen the rest of all America talking about Bam's 83 points, Jason Williams woke up on a beach. Jay Williams, the white point guard, white chocolate, and woke up on a beach and said, what did he do? And he scored, and he shot 43 free throws. I don't know if I shot 43 free throws in my life. Jason Williams had no idea that Bam scored 83. But Bam is the only person ever to beat Michael Beasley one-on-one. So he does have skill. Let's show this video of JJ Redick real quick.
I walked in and I saw the score. He was at the free throw line, and I saw the score. And they've been playing great basketball lately. And I said to my coaching staff, "Oh, he would roll." And they all kind of looked at each other. They're like, "Are you kidding right now?" I was like, "No, what's up?" They're like, they're 36 and 28 or whatever they are. They're getting ready to be 37 and 28. And they were like, "No, Bam has 77." And I was like, "Huh?" And then I watched the last 3 minutes, and that was a different type of basketball.
I'm starting to like JJ Redick, man. At least he calls it out. He's calling these cats up. I kind of like JJ Redick now. I don't know if he's gonna be a Laker coach very long, but I like the cat. At least he's old school a little bit. You guys couldn't hear that? You didn't hear the video? That's a you problem, not mine. So shut the fuck up. Show the Cain, the Cain things, Bailey, real quick. What's his name? Cain Velasquez, who got out of jail finally. I want to show this real quick for all the MMA fans out there, and all the real gangsters out there. This guy is a man that actually defended his nephew after being touched in a bad way. Let me show his first media release since being released from jail.
Well, now that it's been a couple weeks since my release, I've had some time to kind of get back into things, get back into a normal way of life, get used to just doing the normal things, being home with the family, being there for my kids. And I just wanted to thank everybody for their love and support. Your words of inspiration, of encouragement, constantly just lifted me up, myself and my family. So I just want to take this time here to thank everybody for the constant support. You have no idea what your words and your encouragement and your love has meant to me and my family. So just thank you. I'll keep doing the work to get back to everyone, and just for myself now, just slowly get back out there without. I didn't want to overwhelm myself with the pace of life that I was getting used to now. All of a sudden, a new way of life, a new way of living, a new rhythm. So for myself, I just had to kind of get used to it. and I've been doing that. So again, just thank everyone, and it's good to be out.
Is he going to fight again, Bailey? Do we know or what? How is he way past his age? It was his niece. I might have misspoke and said nephew. I meant his niece that was obviously assaulted or whatever. The only reason I say you see these older guys come back and fight because they're going to need the money. He just did some jail time. He probably spent a lot of money on lawyers. I would assume he's going to need some finance help, financial support, some type of way. I would assume that's what he would need. So I'm going to see what ends up happening. I bet you something ends up happening, WWE or something. But I know Dana White will probably look out for him because we know we got half the crowd audience said he should have never been put in jail, and we got one fucking idiot who said he should be in jail. There's no way you got an American flag and think he should be in jail. Dan 67 fan farm. Why should he be in jail? Go. I'm gonna get him on the show. Fucking co-host. It was his daughter, JB. No, it wasn't. Yeah. Let's show it. Let's show it, baby. Oh, here we go. Let me show it real quick. Bailey, let's show some white people shit because I want to show something real quick. I can't believe that guy had an American flag saying he should be in jail. Oh, fucking idiot. Show it, Bailey.
Today I've got pepperonis and Parmesan cheese.
If you can guess everything that comes after this, you need to go buy a lottery ticket because the chances of winning are about the same.
A little black pepper. Garlic powder is good for you. See them babies? Them is sardines, preserved lemon. Smell that. Anybody would like them right there. Now then, I'm going to do some cottage cheese.
Any ideas on why I got tagged so much?
Now look at that. Cayenne pepper on there. Just a little bit. Not no whole lot. You don't want a bunch on there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you wouldn't want to ruin this.
Old Bay on there. Get you some that's got the mother in it. See, that's the mother.
Kind of fitting since I feel like calling my mother right now.
I got me some celery leaves.
Well, at least we're getting our greens, I guess.
Now, this is what makes it good. This is what makes it a smoothie.
Remember what I said at the beginning of the video? Looks like no one's buying a ticket.
Got that much. Got that much banana. Now she's a banana fish split. Hear me?
Oh, I heard. Trust me, hearing is not the problem.
You stir all that up.
You probably think we're done, right? Nope.
A little bit of salsa. Little gob right there. Now that's going to be banana split salsa fish. And if you ain't never had that...
Peter, you and I are the first humans in...
Shut that shit off, homie. I'll throw up. That shit's fucking nasty. I don't know. If anybody eats that shit, they should be fucking castrated live. So there's no way somebody could eat that shit and tell me it's good. I need somebody in the chat to actually make that, do it, and I'll bring it on the show live, and you eat it and tell us how it tastes. We got 8-year NFL veteran, Chicago Bear legend, Dallas Cowboy. We got UW legend himself, our main man. We ain't seen in a while. Introduce him the right way, Bailey. Tank Johnson joins the show.
Yeah.
You hear me? You hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
All right, yeah. What up, Tank?
My brother.
Man. Been a while, man. You got Bailey out there now out here on the West Coast, man. He gonna come see you.
Man, I'm happy Bailey's on the West Side now, and I definitely will be checking in with my man 50.
Hey, so I saw a post you made. Stefon Diggs to the Bears.
Ooh.
Tell me why. Convince me why.
I mean, it doesn't make it doesn't make sense for any other reason than a football sense, right? Like we got good players leaving, good receivers, probably our most productive receiver being traded away. And I think, listen, man, you got to put the BS to the side. I know allegedly, they said he choked his chef. I'm listen, I wasn't there. I didn't see it. But if we can get Stefon Diggs, because let me tell you something, man. The production that he had in New England, I'm talking 70 catches, 1,000 yards, 5 tugs. Like, New England and Chicago are pretty much kind of the same type of, like, similar weather. If you can have that kind of production in New England, bro, you can come to Chicago and fill it up and get it done. So, like, listen, I know that, he's a shitbird in JB's words, but I just think that, man, he's competitive. He's feisty. He's a lot of things, man, but on that field, the kid's a dog, and he would be a weapon for Caleb. They're both from that, DMV area. I'm sure they kind of, grew up playing in the same circuit, so there might be a little bit of, symmetry there, but, like, man, and he's a free agent. So, I mean, if Roger don't slam his ass for choke slamming his chef, I think we got to get him.
If Drake May and him, I don't know. So here's the dynamic: Drake May versus Caleb Williams. That's where you got to ask. That's the question. Urlacher fucks me all the time because he hates my Caleb Williams take. So he talks shit to me all the time. So can this guy handle Stefon Diggs? Because you got to have a strong mind in there. Now, Ben Johnson, I'm all in on Ben Johnson. I like Ben Johnson. We already know Vrabel is going to control the locker room, so we knew that was one part of him being in Buffalo, or him being in New England. But can Caleb Williams and this guy coexist if he's not a strong-minded quarterback? I don't know. This guy may try to walk all over you. That's why he left Buffalo. So I don't know if the dynamic works is my only question. I get the wideout. There's not a lot of choose from right now, Tank. How many wideouts are out there? And I don't know what's the difference between this cat and DJ. Because DJ was only there, 2 years?
True.
Why not keep him? I don't know. I'm just asking.
No, I mean, but being real, like, listen, you always got to understand the inverse, right? Understanding things can go good. That's understanding that shit could go left. Okay. I played on a team with 85 and 81. That's Chad Ochocinco and Terrell, the prototype.
Man.
And let me tell you, man, when shit was looking good, when those guys came into camp ready, motivated, hungry, I mean, listen, there's no scarier duo, man. It was bombs away. But just like I said, on the inverse, when shit went left, they got into a little bit of, like, Carson's throwing the ball too much to him. I was open. And by week 9, it was a shit show, right? Chad sitting on the sideline playing soccer with the, not even doing drills. T.O. kind of trying to split up the locker room. And so, these are things you got to weigh when you're making that decision, because, I was saying the same thing. I was saying go get him and the kid from Philly. What's the kid from Philly? AJ? I was saying go get them both, man, because at this point, if you're a Bears fan, like we need the management to just completely forget trying to be safe. We've taken the safe route forever, right? We've had the number one pick. We've gone with the conventional wisdom safe pick. Every year we always keep it really, really safe. We got to step out there and give the Bears fans a chance. Hey, if it goes bad, fuck it. Sign them to short-term contracts, blow the thing up. I don't think it'll – listen, you're right. I think Caleb, it could make or break him mentally. But at this point, bro, you gotta take the training wheels off and you gotta see what he's gonna do.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let me ask you real quick. I haven't talked to you since this whole Maxx Crosby thing and this debacle. You heard me yesterday. I was talking about you and Weddle and former players that come on our show, and I said these guys have been there. They would know. I'm glad you came on. Break down what you heard from me and what you're seeing as far as the renege or the I have buyer's remorse take by DaCosta and the Ravens. Eric Weddle was on this team in 2018 and said this is not the first time. Ozzie used to do this, bring guys in, say they're on a 3-year, $30 million deal. Something better comes along, boom. I made a move, and now that guy is kind of out in left field. Maxx gets to go back to the Raiders. Hopefully they restructure the deal to keep them, plus all their new additions, which they did a lot in. I think Maxx was gone. What is your take on what really happened? Was it a buyer's remorse thing because Trey Hendrickson was cheap? They could get him on the low and keep the 2 picks, which Eric Weddle alluded to yesterday, which is a smart business move. I'm not mad at it. I'm just mad at the fact that you kind of took this guy knowing he already had the knee issue, and now you kind of throw him out to the 31 other Wolves as damaged goods. To me, that's just kind of a shady business practice, but I want to hear from you who played at that level.
Yeah, well, listen, man. Similar to what you said yesterday, there's a little window before the start of our league year. If people always think that the league year starts in September or August, well, in the NFL, the league year starts in March. That's our calendar. Our calendar is March to March, right? And so
yesterday, really, right? Yesterday, really.
Yeah, exactly. And so what it comes down to is this, right? There's prior to the start of the league year, you're able to negotiate with free agents. You can do trades, but the trade is not official until the first day of the league year, right? And so that allows teams, if there is an opportunity or something that they don't feel good about, that allows them to kind of, sign the deal, get it done, but also give themselves that little bit of window to say, okay, is this the best move? Listen, like from an ethics standpoint, like you're dealing with real human capital, dog. So it's bogus as hell to do that. Look, Max, if you look at his last game that he played before the Raiders shut him down, he was the most dominant player on the field, not defensive player. He was the most dominant player on the field. And then the Raiders shut him down and he had surgery. So if I'm the Ravens, I'm kind of looking at it from that standpoint. Was he limping into his surgery? Was he, did they have to, have him on a pitch count where they were slowing him down like, listen, 40 plays, that's it. His knee's going to swell up. No, it wasn't like that. They were trying to get the number 1 pick, so they were trying to make sure that they didn't do anything to screw that up, and they shut Maxx down. And he was a casualty of that situation, dog. So, listen, I think the Ravens doctors, and this has kind of been a thing known around the league, he be doing the most, right? Listen, we all got Conor Malaysia, arthritis in our knee. We all got a little bit of, you look at our x-rays, all our shit look fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a real doctor in the NFL, you can see, like, is this going to be a degenerative injury that's going to, hurt him long-term and prevent him from, being the type of player he's at? or is this something that he's just going to have to work through in the off season? And you know what? Time and time again, it's been proved that, like, look, it's just a little, whatever, cloudiness in the X-ray that shows that you got to work through it. And look, man, the Ravens, they took that shit and they used it as their leverage because the league year hadn't started. So they were able to say, listen, they listened to their people in their building, and that's a dicey move, right? Because if Maxx Crosby comes out and wins the defensive player of the year next year, now everybody in that room is going to turn to that doctor and say, what the fuck were you doing? Well, what the fuck were you doing? What were you thinking? And he may be out of a job. So, really what matters right now is how Maxx comes back. Because if Maxx comes back, it'll be shown and proven that the Ravens doctors be doing way too fucking much.
Yeah, E-Dub was alluded to that. Let me ask you this real quick. You mentioned Stefon Diggs to the Bears. What if I said a younger guy who can play multiple positions is available now, as the Niners have basically said they're cutting Brandon Aiyuk, 5 years younger than Stefon? Would you like him in Chicago?
No. Fuck no. No.
So wait, bigger shitbird?
Off there, Liz. There's something off with this kid. I'm not sure what it is, but listen, we all know in the league, right? When at the time I retired is when guys started to really hone in about their having people on the outside do their rehab and all that stuff. But if you've got millions of dollars tied to just coming and rehabbing in a building and communicating, and you can't even do that for whatever reason, that shows a different type of shitbird to me. Listen, that shows a whole nother level. Listen, I don't know the kid, and I hesitate to call him out his name, but who is in his corner that's allowing him to make these monumental decisions with his legacy? Nah, man. Listen, nah. And then plus they said he does.
I've been saying the same shit. Who's in their corner, dog? Where's big homie at? That's like, motherfucker, you fucking it up for everybody. Where are you at? Where are they at? Where the homies?
Listen, man, what happens is when right after your second, third year, you become the king of your own kingdom, and everybody starts to listen to you because through the draft process, you're listening to people. And then after that, you play in the league a couple of years, and then you become the king of your kingdom. And, that's always bad. You always got to keep people smarter than you, with your best interest at heart. And that is a all-time NFL, just blunder to just go in, do your rehab and communicate. I'm sure they would let you do rehab on your own as well, but you got to keep the main thing. Your check's being signed by the 49ers, so you got to start there first. And for him not to have the insight to do that, that's concerning, bro.
Let me ask you this, Take. Where we got all this stuff going on in the league, the Niners, and this whole radiation fucking tower, and we've had the doctor on, and they're saying that these players are maybe now there's real insight on this is really why they're the most injured team in the NFL since the tower was built in Santa Clara and all this whole stuff. Is that even a thought on a new team taking a guy from the Niners at this point? Greenlaw left last year. They gutted that defense. They lost their safety. They got older. Kittle's hurt, recovering from a knee. You got CMC, who's on the other side of age-wise. He's on the other side of the hill. You got no real wideouts. You got Pearsall coming off of being shot. This is a roster now that may be on the other side of the hill, man. And I don't know if it's not shit or get out the pot time for Shanahan and Lynch to win now. When you re-sign Purdy to all that money, and we've talked about the quarterback position in the NFL, I don't know if it's not time to shit or get out the pot for those two guys, Lynch and Shanahan. Are they got to win now or what?
Listen, man, what I can say is this, where there is smoke, there is fire. And in the NFL, it's not always highly publicized, but there's a lot of times where NFL players sue the league or sue the team and they win. For example, Reggie Bush suing the Rams for having slick ass concrete on the playing surface that made him tear his knee up, right? This isn't like big broadcasted news when the team is at fault and they get sued and they lose, right? And so I imagine the 49ers and the NFL, man, they're trying their best to keep this thing under wraps, right? They're trying to make this not a real thing by making it go away in the media. And when players, media pundits continue to talk about this thing, continue to talk about this electrical box being too close to the facility, then you got pseudo experts weighing in on it, man, that becomes concerning, man. And it becomes that like thing that's the mythical thing that's haunting that franchise where, listen, whether it is or it isn't, they got to do something about it just because people are talking about it. So, listen, man, the 49ers, they're in an interesting position, man, because it's not like something that they can just pick up and move. It'll cost them extreme resources to get that done. And I'm just not sure. You know, the 49ers, you know, listen, in the NFL, you have a window for opportunity, bro. You got a window. And every year that window shrinks, man. It shrinks and shrinks. And you can get through players' prime of their career. You know, you can miss those windows. And it seems like the 49ers are running up against that time clock right now.
No doubt. Is it win Super Bowl or bust for the LA Rams after they got the 2 lockdown corners, the biggest need? They addressed it right away in the offseason. They got both of Chiefs' best secondary players. Basically, that solidifies this team where they got killed at. Are the Rams Super Bowl or bust?
Listen, Super Bowl or bust. I mean, that's a real JB thing to say. Super Bowl or bust. Get the fuck out of here. Everybody's Super Bowl or bust, JB. Fuck, man. Listen.
Hell, the Browns ain't.
but they are. They are. Listen, everybody's ain't no training camp saying let's get knocked out in the first round on 3. You know, ain't nobody saying that, man. Super Bowl or bust for everybody. But when you just like before, when the Rams were like, fuck them picks, we gonna try to get the best players in here because we're going all in, chips pushed in to take this thing to the show. I mean, like, listen, that just shows that this, you know, that management group, listen, man, they're gamblers. They're making this thing go. They're getting the resources and the players to compete on that level every year. So Super Bowl or bust, it might be a little much, but when you start to have that type of team, the expectations are really high.
Kyler Murray, you like him in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell. Kyler Murray, it's in Minnesota. He's visiting today. You alluded to yesterday or earlier in the show. That's last night at 4 p.m. is when it really started for the NFL season. He was released. He let the league know. That's why teams already had contacted him versus a guy like, you know, like other guys like Trent Williams and others. Where are you at with this move? Where do you think fits him best? A lot of people are alluding when GMs and owners of other sports tank, like the Oakland Athletics and baseball, are saying, hey, we would love to see you back on the diamond. I don't know, man. You know these guys talk. Good old boys talk. Owners are owners. They're all billionaires. There's no way that you can't tell me that the Athletics owner did not talk to somebody in football that they know and say, maybe this guy's thinking about going back to baseball. He was a high drafted guy in baseball, but I think he's a little too old now for missing that window. I think he has to stay in football. So where are you at with him in his next best spot?
Listen, man, the next best spot will always be first and foremost where you are wanted, where somebody believes in you, where you're not coming in, you know, having to really try to prove yourself. You're going somewhere where they see the potential in you, right? And it seems like Minnesota has the momentum in terms of they've got an all-world receiver. You know, they have, you know, a window right now to do their thing, and they just need a signal caller. I tell you, this is the thing about Kyler Murray. When you start playing with elite receivers, they want the ball on time. They do not want to see you running around because it makes their reps
wasted.
Not necessarily wasted, but you can never get a rhythm like that, right? When you're running these routes, it's 1, 2, 3, put your foot in the ground, ball. That's how it is in the NFL. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stick, go to the middle, ball. Right? You don't want to be, put your foot in the ground, turn around and see your quarterback running in fucking circles. Right? Now you got to come back to the ball. You don't know where the receiver's at or the defender's at. And it just takes everybody out of rhythm. If he wants to stay in this league, he's got to deliver the ball on time, man. And so, listen, Caleb Williams, that was his big problem. And you can see they're trying to coach that out of him. But who knows? But that's what Kyler Murray needs to do, because that running around shit is going to make receivers hate you.
And that's Justin Jefferson last year with J.J. McCarthy. I mean, he had clear was pissed off, his worst season yet. And that's why I was like, man, Sam Darnold was the guy to keep. I ain't going for no – I'm not guessing to get no pussy. I'm going for show pussy. And that was the Sam Darnold. And that's why I think Minnesota's kind of fucked up their momentum. And they still won 9 games with a good defense. But Justin Jefferson's got to have a guy that wants to get the ball when he breaks. Boom, like you said, the ball's there. A.J. Brown's proven why he's reading books on the sideline. Jalen Hurts struggles with exactly what you just said. Real quick, Indiana could be the home of the Chicago Bears. You're from Indiana. Your team that you played for is the Chicago Bears. What is the facts and not the caps here in this discussion? Apparently, they'll still be the Chicago Bears, correct? They'll just move across the border, or what's going on with this?
Listen, man, Northwest Indiana is called the Chicagoland area. And listen, the Chiefs just did it. It's not a big deal. It would completely restore the economy of Northwest Indiana. And I don't think it's a big deal. So bring them to Indiana. I'm from GI. You already know how we do. Let's go.
Is it politically based, tax based, financial, just pure finances? What is it?
Yeah, listen, man. The city of Chicago is not playing ball, man. The city of Chicago they're just not playing ball with the Bears in terms of giving them the economic packages to make it feasible to build something that costs billions of dollars. As you can see, you got to go places where they're going to make it a easy runway for success. I don't want to have to generate this astronomical amount of money every year it's no different than being house poor. Nobody wants to be in a house where you got a mortgage that's so freaking high that you can't enjoy the other finer things. And so if you move the team over an imaginary line, then you know what? You won't be house poor. And that's a big deal when it comes to these owners.
And you have like political figures in Chicago, LA, sanctuary cities, New York. We got all this shit that's going on politically that everyone's bitching and moaning about. Tank, you got an area there in Chicago that if the citizens say, fuck you, I'm not paying for your $1 billion stadium, this is what we have. You're one of the first people to come on this show and say it's becoming conglomerate-based, driven by corporate America that's buying seats to go see a flag football game, i.e. the fucking Pro Bowl. Is it no different here? You got the Washington Commander Stadium that a lot of people, Vivint Stadium, and a lot of these people, like the tax-paying dollars, we're like, fuck you. Your first game for LA is in Australia. So the stadium's going to be empty, but yet we pay our tax-paying dollars for that stadium. I think eventually it's going to run dry, or the well will run a little dry, and it's going to become so political at this stage that I think money's the root of all evil, as you know. I think this is one of those issues. So Is that has anything to do with Chicago's mayor and all the shit that he's asking for?
Man, you already know Chicago is a gangster town, broad shoulders. And listen, man, you know, there's a pie, they're splitting it up, and in Chicago, a lot of that pie is spoken for, and it's really tough to then come around and say, hey, you're going to get a smaller piece of this pie. If you look at the freeway in Chicago, I'm from Gary, right? That freeway's been under construction since I was born. You know what I'm saying? And that's because, listen, you know, the people who do that, they got their hand in the thing, and they're not gonna take it out, man. They need that money. So Chicago's a tough city to negotiate with because it's long-rooted corruption, all of that. But it's the city that I love, man. It's what made me.
Tank, I love Chicago. I lived in fucking Schaumburg, out with the white folks, Palatine. Hey, I played arena football there, man, with the Chicago Rush at the time. I love Chicago. It was one of my favorite fucking cities, man. At the time, it was one of the cleanest cities because the L train and all that shit out downtown was so beautiful. I love Chicago. Hopefully, they can figure out how to keep the Bears. Obviously, it's a staple. But like you said, it'll still be the Bears. They just made me move finances across the, what is that, a fucking river or what?
It's a state line. Listen, like I guess I was born in Gary. That's about 25 minutes south of Chicago, right? It's just you just go past the stadium now. You're on the freeway for a click, and then you're over. Next thing you know, you're in Indiana. You're like, how the fuck did I get to Indiana? You drove 20 minutes, and so it's when you're in the Midwest, you know, crossing the state line. Like I played for the Bengals in Cincinnati, but I lived in Covington, Kentucky. I could get to Indiana if I go the other way. You know, that's how the Midwest is. It's not like the West Coast states where they're really, you know, really big footprint, and you know, you drive for hours and hours, then you cross a border. No, like in the Midwest, man, you could be in 3 states in one day, and it doesn't seem like you've went anywhere.
Take, I'd be in Over the Rhine, I'd be in Louisville, I'd be in Indianapolis, all within I'd have home visits to drive in the car. So I love that part of it. Out here on the West Coast, you're driving 17, 18 hours just to get Seattle to LA. You ain't making that for 2 days. So
yeah, it's a hard concept for people who have lived predominantly, you know, on the West Coast. Like even in on the East Coast, right? Like you get on a train, you're in New York, you might work in freaking DC, Baltimore. It's just different. And so like as the states go, you know, west, they get bigger and bigger, and the borders become bigger. But like that's just a part of the game when you live over there. No doubt.
Tank, man, I look forward to having you on for the next couple of days, man. Smitty's out of town, another fucking vacation. So you and I will rock the house tomorrow. I'll see you again in the morning, and then we'll see you next Monday as well, hopefully, if you got time. Steve Kim joins us after this. Tank Johnson will be back tomorrow, so get some questions for him tomorrow, and we'll see you on the other side. Tank, much love. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, G.
Peace. Hey, well, fuck it. I'll go home tonight. I'll drink my yak and smoke my stick, and I'll get it back cracking. Tasha Cloud responds to the WNBA's new CBA proposal and brings up.
You laughing at?
I tried to read that. Can you do it? You're way better at WNBA. Go.
All right, man. Natasha Cloud, who's a star in the league, responds to WNBA's new CBA proposal and brings up her issues with housing potentially being taken away, citing that a big market like New York City, for example, will essentially cancel out the $200K jump in salary. There's a video here. We can go ahead and play it, and I'll respond.
Not making enough, that middleman potentially still not making enough.
Who's this?
Natasha Cloud.
No, who's this guy talking?
This is a woman. This is Natasha Cloud. Hooper, too. Hooper. Tough, defense, lock you up. She has the beanie on like me, so her hair is covered up.
Hold the fuck up.
No,
don't do it then. Don't show me then if you don't tell me ahead of time, homie, who the fuck
I didn't know who was doing this time. Bailey does the whole rundown. I wake up in the morning. I wake up every morning. I get up at 4:30, 5 in the morning.
I'm looking at a person.
I pray, I stretch. I come to the laptop at 5:50. I look at the rundown. Like, oh, we're talking about this today. Okay, I don't be known.
But I'm not. But hold on, homie. I'm looking at this person. I gotta be reminded. Fuck, man.
Oh,
it's ridiculous, homie.
Are still not making enough. That middleman potentially.
That's a woman. Smitty, you cannot defend this voice and tell me that, yeah, she's just a regular ass, run-of-the-mill girl, lady, feminine lady, just running around.
I didn't say she was hella feminine. You just said, is she a woman? Yeah, she's a woman.
Homie,
she's lesbian. She's lesbian. Yes.
Okay,
she's lesbian.
I don't even care about lesbian, homie.
It is.
Hey, the CBA ain't shit. I don't know what we're going to do. And she's yoked up with no titties? Come on, homie. That's not if I just saw that for the first time, it's not a
professional athlete. Yes, she's young. She's a professional athlete.
But give me some fairness.
You want to be fat and slobby like she's a WNBA
give me
player.
some fairness. Be fair to me though. You throw it on the screen and then tell me that this woman, and I'm like, this woman. I thought that was fucking Muggsy Bogues.
Are still not making enough. That middleman potentially still not making enough for housing to also be taken off of the table. You all know this New York market. that $200,000 jump that players are going to make, that's before taxes. That's before what they would have to pay for a potential housing market in the state of New York. So I still am focused on our middleman again. I think it's a starting point. I'm happy with them finally coming back to us with a proposal, but I think there's a lot more that we can do to protect our middleman, even with our jump of salary.
That's very fair. That's extremely fair, y'all.
I didn't hear anything she said. Go break it down.
Yeah, that's extremely fair. She simply said that I guess the newest proposal was one in which they would remove taking care of their housing. They currently take care of housing. So I guess they would remove the housing, but then give them a bump in the pay.
We are back in the building. Pound the like button, man. Shout out to Cain Johnson. Haven't talked to him in a minute. Well, personally we do, but not on the show. So he'll be back tomorrow as well. But it's time, man. The Korean Cosell himself, the co-host of Whitlock Fearless. You can catch every day. And our main man, the Korean Cosell, three knockdown rule with Mario Lopez. Steve Kim joins the show. Steve.
Gentlemen, morning. Where's Darnell? What happened? Is he on vacation?
Yeah, Italy or something like that with Hamas. He's with the Hamas, so it'll be me and you. Steve, real quick, if Bailey could show this. You know what I'm starting to get real irritated about? When the liberals talk about separation of church and state. What they really mean is allow all religions except Christianity. That's what they really mean. Have you seen the latest shit that's happening in New York City Hall?
Yeah.
Where 9/11 basically occurred, and this is real shit. I thought it was AI.
They voted for this. They wanted all that free stuff. How's that going?
That's fucking insanity. I hope New York fucking just god damn, what a great city we've just wasted. Like that guy right there wouldn't fucking behead you on the goddamn city on the bus. Yeah, that guy would behead you, Americans, just so you know. That's what you voted for. Good luck. Steve, you watch any NBA last night?
No.
I haven't talked to you. Obviously, I just got to get your take on the morality of it. 83 points by Bam. I didn't watch it. I won't watch it. This will be the first year I've convinced myself I will not watch a playoff game in the NBA. It's gone so far off the deep end. I'm glad JJ Redick, current and former players, are calling it out. Anyone that watched Kobe Bryant's 81 and this 83, 43 free throws and fouling them to get them on the line is an absolute mockery. This game is a joke. Adam Silver's let it go. Is this 83 points? I get 83 points, Steve. I guess in any professional sport, 83 points is still 83 points. But is this a joke to you?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a joke, but do I think has the impact? Do I think it's the same as the other games that I've seen, specifically Kobe's 81? No. I watched the cut up of all of Bam's points that were not free throws. I don't understand this whole thing of pace of play. It's a leisurely jog. They run a lot more. Nobody is getting hit across the face. These guys do not protect the rim on most possessions. I mean, if you look at that game again with Bam, when he goes to the cup, nobody's out there challenging him. Guys are actually turning down opportunities to try to protect the rim. So when people say the game's more athletic, I think the game's easier for the acrobatics, does not make it more athletic. And I was just thinking to myself, you could not have done this in a certain era. There used to be a mantra, no layups. You're going to get hit. Now, people can argue if that's better or worse for the game of basketball, but I do know one thing, it was more difficult. And if you knew that there was a price to pay for coming inside that cylinder or the paint, it is different.
Yeah, it's the WNBA to me, for me. If Jason Whitlock brings that up tomorrow, it's the WNBA. That's what we got here. Steve, let's dive into some brass tacks with you. Parker Livingstone, you know all these guys, on his decision to transfer from Texas to Oklahoma, basically, quote, if I didn't have an agent, I'd probably still be in Austin right now. Livingstone was asked about his decision to leave Austin, and this is a video. This is what he had to say.
Kind of the thought process going there and coming from Austin.
Yeah, that whole process was wild, and happy for the best. I mean, they're doing great down there. I like it up here, and excited to be here, excited to be a Sooner, excited to be in Norman, and excited to start spring ball next week.
Can you talk about the decision, though, and what went into it? And I mean, we've heard a little bit about how it went down and everything in the office. Can you kind of dive into that?
You don't even want to talk, Steve.
It's just, it's a long story, and I don't feel like I don't want to get into it too much right now. Kind of happy everything kind of died down from when it first happened and when it first came out. But like I said, I'm glad to be here, glad to be a Sooner, and excited for spring ball.
Where are we at? I mean, this is wild. Would you ever even imagine this guy going from Texas to the Red River rivalry school?
I mean, there used to be a time when if a player wanted to transfer, there were built-in rules. You couldn't go in the same conference.
That's the SEC.
2 years. And then this is a long time ago. Teams could say, hey, these are the 5 programs you cannot go to. Okay, now you could say that was one-sided. I get it. But, here's the issue. Livingston was pretty good last year. He had some plays, had some moments with the big arch. But from what I remember about his particular situation is that he wanted more money than that was being offered. And then Texas upgraded with Cam Coleman. So it became a bit, I don't want to say a budgetary issue. I'm not even so sure a school like Texas has a hard budget. But look, if your agent has an opportunity for you, it's very easy to say, nah, I'm good here. Thank you. You're doing your job, but your job is to look out for the fiduciary responsibility of me, right? But I'm the one who has to live my life. Let's get the best deal from Texas. If it's not a deal but here's the problem with the agents. If they work off a straight commission, they don't care about the school. They care about the biggest dollar amount. So, Parker, you got to be an adult here. You got to say, look, I went with it. My agent presented an opportunity, and I, as a consenting adult, made this choice. So just to say it's the agent that did this, that's not really true.
Steve, before we talk about UCLA real quick, your Bruins, the original Bruin, that we'll show you the picture that Steve Kim loves. I haven't got to talk to you yet since the pull out of the Baltimore Ravens on Maxx Crosby. I talked to E-Dub about it yesterday. The Ravens have had a history of doing this. Yeah. The morality of it is what bothers me, not the action. It didn't do anything illegal. He didn't violate anything. The league, like Tank just alluded to, started yesterday. So they had until yesterday. He didn't do anything. I just feel that this is a bad look. We beat the horse to death here, but I haven't talked to you since this. What is your reaction to the Ravens basically saying, I got buyer's remorse?
Yeah, it looks like they got post-sticker shock. And look, if you really feel that way, I think there are teams that got to have some guts here and say, look, you're blacklisted. As long as DaCosta's the GM, we don't take his call at all. I mean, just don't bitch and moan about it. Actually get together and collude against Baltimore then.
So you think this is this is what they do there?
If you don't feel safe with them or have a certain amount of security, then we're going to be dealt with in a manner that is above board. Just don't deal with the guy.
Yeah.
Short of them offering you Lamar Jackson for a 7th round draft choice. Seriously.
Because you knew what you were getting into when you made the deal, right?
Yeah. I mean, I looked this up yesterday. I didn't realize this. The guy they signed is actually older than Crosby by 3 years.
Oh, Trey Henderson?
Yeah.
He's way older. Yeah.
31 to 28. But again, that the odometer, one guy's coming off an injury that is still rehabbing.
So do you really think if you were a businessman doing business with the Baltimore Ravens for some way, would you call this in that space lack of professionalism? Would you call it
no, I'd call it cutthroat. It's a cutthroat business. But
this is just par for the course.
Well, I mean, look, there's a letter of the law and there's the spirit of the law. If the Raiders and other teams feel violated, there's nothing keeping someone from saying, let's never deal with the Ravens if we don't have to.
Because it still took 2 to tango. At the end of the day, Trey Henderson also had to agree, okay, something was going on, though. Like, Trey comes available. Oh, we could get him on the cheap. I can get my 2 picks back, which E-Dub has alluded to. Business-wise, I get it. I do that move, too. I do the move, too. But I probably don't.
The player doesn't have the right or the power to rescind a trade that doesn't involve him. He's just like, I don't want to say the secondary party. Really, this is about A and B, the Ravens and the Raiders. That's their deal. Hendrickson's just trying to finish out his career, make some money, and maybe win.
I think you'll see the best Maxx Crosby this year. He's going to be hungry. He's going to prove something. I think at 29 years old, you'll see a great motor again, as we've always seen. And I think the Raiders got better in the last 72 hours. The Raiders, they spent some money. They did a lot of good things. We'll see what happens at quarterback. I still think they go with the veteran from what I'm hearing. They'll take Fernando at 1. To you and Shaun King's point, I don't think they should, but they will. And then you'll get a veteran, whether it's Derek Carr coming back because they have him on the books still apparently. They can get him on the cheap, veteran minimum, or a Kirk Cousins or somebody like that to kind of mentor Fernando into this. Other than that, though, they got better, but they still need some pieces around Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty, in my opinion, up front. But they did get better. We'll see. I put them up there with what the Rams did. You alluded to with getting the 2 corner pieces. And we'll see what they do in the offseason. But there's still a lot to be played here. But let's get into some football. UCLA, Shaun. Shaun alluded to Bob McChesney saying he's going to do what Tulane and those type of schools did. Indiana being one of them, where McChesney came from. Steve, what's your take on him saying we're not waiting around? We're going to do this. We strongly believe in the power of UCLA. We don't need to play second fiddle to anyone. McChesney said he also discussed what he liked from Nico. What he does on the field speaks for itself. He said he was quite under a lot of duress last year, and we're going to try to basically fix that. And where are you at with UCLA and what he's done there already to start the spring off?
You know, Chesney is an impressive individual. I read a story. They did a long feature on him on ESPN about 2 months ago, and he's got great coaching DNA. I like it because there's one thing I liked about the hire. It was a little bit out of the box. They couldn't just go with the guy that played here 30 years ago. UCLA's done that. And they had to go with the guy that still has a passion for the game and is adapting to the new ecosystem. That was the problem with Chip Kelly. He became a bit of a relic. Didn't want to recruit that hard. The whole NIL fundraising thing, the transfer portal. Look, as much as people hate it, as a modern-day football coach, if you do not embrace those things and attack it and you just tolerate it, I think it's Very tough.
Can he get the Aikmans and everybody back on board after they were like, "Where's my fucking money going?" We're not. That's going to be key, right?
Yeah, there has to be proof of concept. You got to show some. You got to show some results. You know, like in Miami, Mario Cristobal, that playoff run, recruiting has become easier, and he loves recruiting. But now they are in contention for the top 20 player instead of just the top 200 player. It does make a difference. You have to show some results on the field. But, you know, UCLA, there you go, Joe Brown. Look at I don't know why they ever got rid of him. But anyway, make Joe Brown proud. A good year for them. Get to about 500 or so. And then you build off of that. And this is Nico's contract year now, right? I mean, he's got to show something. But I like McChesney. He's got a very good DNA. But again, you need a modern-day CEO that if you're going to run your program like it's 2010, which Dabo Sweeney tried, and now he's just said, you know what, we're going to do the portal, right?
He's saying he's stepping up, Steve. He's saying he's now in the front of the line. He didn't know if he could trust them. Now he's kind of taking over and being that leader as a quarterback.
Well, okay.
Well, we'll see. I mean,
just play ball, be good. That's the first step.
If he could play on time, Steve, with his arm and athleticism and making plays ad-lib wise and not making plays with his feet first, making plays with his feet second, they have a talented kid. But can he do those things? Can he get the ball out on time, recognize coverage, get it out, not fucking run around like Tank just alluded to with Tyler Murray?
In all fairness, Jonathan Ogden ain't walking through that door. You know, Chris Ferris ain't walking through that. They've had a bad offensive line, it seems, for like 25 years straight, UCLA, basically.
Man. Steve, and if the problem is people don't realize, they don't talk about how easy it is, how hard it is versus how easy it is. Offensive line, if you go in the portal and get an O-lineman, the O-line coach's job today, I could argue, is 10 times harder than it ever has been. Simply for the reason of we got 5 new bodies every semester, basically, that I have to coach up versus 1,000 defensive scenarios. Whereas a pass rusher, I can go get from the portal and say, hey, you see ball? Hit ball.
Yeah.
Maybe a line game. Maybe what we call our front. But O-line? I got to set this protection here, away from the throwing hand of the Q. When do we slide versus this front? When do we stay big on big versus this front? What happens when safety rotation? Are we calling a full Ringo or a Lucy call? There's so much shit to do in O-line play, and then we got to block a freak of nature Myles Garrett type on an island. If a defensive coordinator like the guy at Indiana does, where he'll put his best pass rusher on an island and overfront you and make sure that the tackle's one-on-one and no help with a tight end or what have you. People don't realize how much of a chess game it is and how hard it is for O-line versus D-line in today's game with all the movement, all the transfers and all that stuff. So that's what people don't understand. O-line coaches are underpaid right now, Steve, in college.
I'm a firm believer when it comes to the O-line. I want 80 to 90% of those guys to be homegrown guys. I don't want to portal this thing. Anytime I hear an offensive line, they have 4 portal guys we're going to start, I'm thinking, good luck with that. Good luck
Steve,
with that.
Does he follow Cignetti's, I guess, footsteps as far as how he did in Indiana? I know he brought some players with him, but is he going to try to follow those footsteps? I mean, of course, everyone would try to. I think how
many guys did he bring over? Did he bring over 33?
Well, I don't think he had that many. I think Cignetti had lightning in a bottle. I keep telling Whitlock that. I just think the timing was just one of those things. Timing is impeccable. Timing was huge with the Indiana move when 30 guys were able to come with them. I don't know if that'll ever happen again. So I don't know if you'll see another Indiana type of school level-wise go like on a run like this. So
keep in mind, they've expanded rosters, right? So now you could sign up to 30, 35 guys, and you're not oversigned. I mean, Coach McChesney may have a theory. You know what? The first year's a mulligan. Let me try to get in as many players. Because now, think about it. If you bring in 30 to 35 guys, that's 70 players you can bring in about a 16-month process. So he might be a guy that says, I'm going to be here for 10 years. I'm going to make this work. Let's set a foundation. There's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it that way, Or you could do it the way other guys have done it. So, you know what? Let me just go portal and let me bring in 50 new guys, my own Louis, right? The way Dion did. But the problem is, and you see it at Colorado, you see it at Florida State, if you do not hit in that portal and you have too many swings and a miss, you get what you got there. That's the problem. I am still old school. I still believe 3/4 of your roster has to be homegrown guys that you develop from day one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. UCLA should have no shortage either. We should have no shortage in California. I'm just telling you. And we're losing our guys to Bama and Georgia and Ohio State. That we have a problem. Bradley Chubb, former Dolphin, highly touted defensive end, has agreed to a $43 million deal up to $52 million. That includes a $29 million guarantee with the Buffalo Bills. Steve, the Buffalo
I'm surprised he got paid that well. He did not do much in Miami.
Nah.
But look, you need pass rushers. He's had some success, although I remember most of it coming in Denver. I mean, he had a good start to his career, got injured, got banged up. But, you know, me and Whitlock argued about it. And, you know, this is before the trade got rescinded. He said it's all of the pressure on Lamar. And I said, yeah, there's pressure, just as much as there is on Josh Allen. I mean, these primes do not last forever. Now, Josh Allen, I believe if you're the best player in football and you're the number one quarterback, you got to break through and at least get to the Super Bowl. You got to get to the game there.
Does he? They got Amari Cooper, right? I mean, not Amari Cooper.
Well, they got DJ Moore.
DJ Moore. I'm
who's
sorry.
a solid professional. Is he a true bona fide number one? I'm not sure about that, but very productive guy throughout his career.
You got the Shakir kid in the slot who I
He's
like.
a good slot. I think Keon Coleman I don't want to say the word bust, but he hasn't worked out. You have two good tight ends. James Cook is an elite back. But defensively, they got to get better. But Joe Brady, look, it's a new coach. The time had run out on the other guy. I've read some stories that he did a good job, but he was never going to break through.
Let me ask you this. E-Dub and I were talking last night on Patreon when I did a show. If you're the Rams, you have the 13th pick that the Falcons possess, they'll give you. Are you not calling the Raiders and saying, here, straight up, Maxx Crosby, let's go?
Wow. Well, what are their doctors going to say?
But they know the deal now. A 13th pick. What are the Rams really hoping for at 13 from the college range that they don't have already? You don't need.
How high are they on Ty Simpson? I keep hearing his name. Is he your next quarterback? And at the same time, I don't know if he's really the 13th pick.
Right. And does McVay want to deal with that? Is McVay going to be there in 5 years to deal with the guy that's, you know what I mean? I'm with D-Dub. Fucking make the call right now. Shit or get out the pot. Why not? Number 13 for a guest guy in college or Maxx Crosby, who's going to be hungry as shit.
I have a question. What's going on with the Raiders salary cap now? They signed all these free agents. Now you got to bring back Crosby. Do the numbers work?
They said it does. They said they're making it happen. Max has come out and said, I'm staying. I'm a Raider, blah, blah, blah. Now, people are out there saying Max after the injury is not worth 2 first-rounders. Okay, yeah. I can argue. I can go with that. But if you're going to tell me Maxx Crosby not worth a 13th guest pick in this year's college draft, I'm going to argue all day. I'm going to say I'll take Maxx Crosby all day long. Just knowing the guy and the character and the things that we've seen from Maxx Crosby, refusing to go get surgery early because he still wanted to fucking play. I've seen him as a rookie. I've been around him since he was in college playing with my players. The guy's he is a guy I'm not betting against. I'm taking 13 and giving it up for him. Like, I just don't believe he'll be down too long.
But I wonder if the Raiders, and again, the 13th pick, all right, that's a given. Do they now go and say, well, we need a second or a third? Because I get the sense, I don't know if they just go 1 for 1. I wonder if they still want a package. But
I don't know if you can now after that's why the professionalism from DaCosta and the Ravens to me kind of has fucked Maxx Crosby, because now you put a black eye and shed a black eye on him with 31 other possible business owners in this league. Like, now all of them are out there and saying, well, because right away Jerry Jones said, well, we're not interested now.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of blackballed the guy, right? I don't know.
Scarlet letter. I mean, in the second half of your career, You got banged up. There are now reports. How's the rehab going? It's a tough one. I was stunned. We had just gotten done doing our show, the 3 knockdown rule, and someone sent me a text, and that was the announcement. They've rescinded the trade. I didn't even know you could do that, to be honest.
I know. Before today, like, I guess the real season started yesterday at 4 o'clock. So that's kind of where it is. Steve, the Big Ten has basically asked the NCAA to pump their brakes on punishing schools for tampering and asking for a complete reevaluation of the rule. Where are you at with this situation?
I mean, the tampering is the tampering. It goes on. It's rampant. Everyone does it. But right now, look, I've said this from the beginning. As long as it's a level playing field, I can handle it because it's better than it was. But they can have all these summits, all these meetings, all these solutions. As the great Thomas Sowell said, there are no solutions. There are only trade-offs. So with that reality in mind, my view is very simple. Go back where you have to sit out a year. If you transfer, because I believe a large majority of the guys would say, you know what, I'm just going to stay here. I'm good. Okay, it's not perfect, and I get it, and I get the old, well, do coaches have to sit out? No, dickheads, they don't. Like I said, it's not perfect. It's a trade-off, right? So I always tell people, you're looking for perfection or utopia that does not exist. I'm looking for, if not a solution, a better trade-off.
In 5 years, do you think there's any mid-major school?
No, it's a shame.
I'm with you. I think this is going to be a couple conference landscape soon. And I think it's going to be geographical.
They're going to try to make this into the National Football League, basically 2 super conferences that really matter. And then everyone can lose 2, 3, 4 games. They're going to expand the playoffs, and they're going to dilute everything. And then in a decade, everyone's going to say, God, I kind of like the old way better. All right, well, people warned you.
Yeah, this is it's going to be interesting to say the least. I don't know, man. I'm starting to But the Cowboys, who you've covered and know well, the Cowboys are trading D tackle Osa Odi.
Former Bruin.
Former UCLA Bruin to the Niners, Steve. To the Niners. The disruptive player had 17 sacks, 34 tackles for loss, and 2 forced fumbles during his tenure there in Dallas. It's crazy because Dallas just got, to go along with
Shaun
Clark,
Gary.
Got Gary, who can play kind of both pieces there. I don't know. The Niners are trying to get bulky up there. They still have the Trent Williams scenario out there that they got to figure out. So we'll see what the Niners are doing. I think the Niners are a cooked organization, Steve. I've been saying for a while. I think it's time they got to get off the pot. Shanahan and Lynch, I think this will be their last year.
The window closed. When they lost that Super Bowl to the Chiefs a couple of years ago, I said that. Shut.
I know a guy.
Yeah, shut.
I know a guy that
game.
And that's before radiation. That's before Chernobyl hit. I know a guy that's been saying that Shanahan is shitty. But anyway, let me dive into this. Kyler Murray, he got released yesterday officially. Now the team, of course, the rules are we were releasing him, but as of 4 o'clock yesterday, he could not be available to sign. He's in Minnesota as we speak right now with the Somalians. Where are you at? Are you thinking this is a foregone conclusion? He is a Viking? I'm kind of fighting it. I don't believe he is. Nick Johnson doesn't believe that Justin Jefferson is going to be a happy camper. You're going to see A.J. Brown 2.0. Because you will now see him reading a book on the sideline called The Mental Midget if he can't get the ball on time and just running around out there and Justin Jefferson's doing fucking jumping jacks in the end zone. I don't think it's a good fit at all. I don't think he fits O'Connell at all. This is McVay East offense or Northeast offense, whatever you want to call it. McVay Midwest. I don't think he fits O'Connell and that offense at all. And I don't know if there's many suitors for Kyler Murray right now, Steve, other than Minnesota. Who else is out there?
If you're O'Connell and Jefferson, the last thing you want or the thing that concerns you is they had to put a clause in this guy's contract to watch film. And there's never been reports that all of a sudden he's the most studious guy. That narrative never really changed. That was like, 3-4 years ago. That's a huge red flag. If you Jefferson last year, I noticed it. His body language during games, you could tell how frustrated he was. I don't think he realized how good he had it with Sam Darnold. In fact, I don't think the Vikings realized how good they had it with Sam Darnold. I just don't see him as an O'Connell type quarterback.
Me either.
It's just too skittish, too helter-skelter.
He's timing, boot naked, get the ball out. You throw it on 3, hit it right now. I want Justin Jefferson to catch it on his break, as Sam Darnold and Kirk Cousins did for so many years with him as a young wide receiver that got him paid like he's paid. Now we're talking, if we're going to talk Justin Jefferson, and he knows this, Steve, this is what people don't grasp. You need to have like unbelievable seasons to be considered as one of the greatest of all time. Justin Jefferson knows that he has a shot at it, just like Mike Evans knew that he had a shot at breaking the 1,000-yard receiving consecutive record streak. I just don't know if these guys are confident in the guy like this to get him the ball consistently. That's the problem. So I don't know. I don't think so. I just wish, I pray every morning and every night, not like Hamas, but I pray that the demise of the Minnesota Vikings, just because of what they did to the California native Sam Darnold. And I'm a California goggle guy wearing, we've done a meme, California quarterbacks, Steve. Joe Accord, no offense, but I can't. I pray for the demise of the Minnesota Vikings and the Somalians. Steve, we got a lot going on. I don't know if you saw this, but there we go. Look at that. Great California quarterbacks. Lamar Odom said, I'm going to coach after leaving rehab, after choking in the Kardashian, after doing coke in Vegas off the ass of a stripper. He said, I'm going to go and be a great leader and mentor. I think he goes back to rehab after doing another line. He'll go choke somebody. He'll get another Kardashian pregnant, and then he'll go to rehab and get out again. And then the fucking casual will forgive him like they do with all these idiots, and he'll still coach. This is a mockery, but yet I'm blackballed, and we see so many others coaching. Where are you at with Lamar Odom? He looks healthy, don't he?
So he wants to be an NBA head coach. He's not just talking about beginning from ground zero, working a summer league, high school, to college.
So he wants JJ Redick love.
Again, where does he want to start? I mean, look, say what you want about Phil Jackson. He had to start, I think his first coaching job was CBA, Albany Patroons, and he coached in Puerto Rico.
And he did film. I think he did film.
And he won championships, by the way. I think he won a championship in the CBA, and I think in that Puerto Rican league, which was wild. That's some unbelievable fights. Won there. I mean, and then he was the assistant. He was brought in by Jerry Krause, but people forget that, to Doug Collins. So, I mean, he had to kind of start his way and work his way up. I get it. Most of the players that have gotten shots right off the bat, they haven't been perfect, but they've been pretty clean, though, on the personal side. Lamar's had some issues. That's not going to help him. It's not.
Well, he checked out of rehab and is now looking into, I think from what I'm hearing, college first.
All right.
So I can see him, Steve, very simply and very easily calling and having a guy of his HBCU taking over Southern or Jackson State or something like that, and everybody will be in awe, and he'll go coach an HBCU team. He'll choke a bitch. He'll come back, go to rehab. I think that is where he'll get a start, and I think his name is enough to go.
Well, HBCU might take a shot. I mean, you got to get someone that really wants to do the job. And look, Lamar has to realize and show, do I appreciate the grind? Do I really want to put effort into this? This is not just a hobby. This is a job now. This is a profession. It's a livelihood. Are you willing to work 16, 17, 18-hour days, to travel? Okay. And then if you get to a college that really can recruit, are you willing to put the time in, or are you just going to stay in your living room and do Zoom calls? You got
to be that's pretty fucking privileged now. I'll be honest. I couldn't imagine walking out of fucking rehab and getting a gig.
I'm sure there have been coaches that have had issues.
I mean, I had to fight felony case, Netflix, and I ain't sniffed a job. but he'll go straight out. I mean, he can fucking.
Well, let's see who offers him. Let's. It's not like he's lined up for 10 jobs here, you know. So I don't know, but I mean, for him, you got to number one. He was always an intelligent player, versatile, could play different spots.
Oh yeah, I love.
Didn't make a lot of mistakes out there, but again, are you actually willing to put time in to do the little things? I mean, I share stories of like that this coach started by charting plays, cutting up film, or when a guy wanted to put up shots 3 hours before the game, they'd rebound for the star player as they put up 500 jump shots. Are you willing to do that? And, you know, if you look at the like Bobby Hurley got let go yesterday.
Yeah, Arizona State, 11 years. 11
I didn't know
years.
he was there that long. You look at a lot of the former players, Chris Mullen at St. John, Georgetown with Pat Ewing, Juwan Howard at Michigan. It's not been a great track record.
Nope, there isn't. You got Vic right now. Who did he win a game?
Did they?
Maybe. I think they won one or something. You got a lot of guys out there, so I don't know.
And Marshall Falk's now got a job, and it's funny because people say he's not tweeting about it. He's not putting anything up on social media. So, you know.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know, Steve. This is to your point, though. This is what's happened, though. People don't have. There's no more grind, no more. There's no more GA who's worked their way and been told by all the football gods this is what you have to do. You got to get Nick Saban coffee every morning. You got to cut up the film. You got to make the scouting report. You got to draw cards. Now we have AI, analytical, the Mike McDaniels of the world, who will give you a sheet that's printed off a computer. And now we've pushed those grunt workers, those GAs, the personable people creating relationships with those kids, the recruits. You've killed that. You've eliminated it. Now you wonder why we have what we have.
Yeah, I look with Lamar. I want to know, where are you willing to start off at? Because if you think you're getting the UCLA job after Nick Cronin, I don't think you're in the running. I'll be honest with you. Now, if you're willing to go to even a Division II school or NAIA, if that even exists anymore, and all of a sudden you put up a 27-3, I'd be like, oh, wait a minute, hold on now. You might actually have a proclivity for this profession. Or if you could just help out a player to get better, and that player says, man, without Lamar Odom, I wouldn't have got drafted. Now that matters. Now that right there, you're like, okay, you might have something here. There's no track record. All I know is he likes to eat Tootsie Rolls and Milky Ways and Snickers and Jolly Ranchers all day. I'm stunned he's not diabetic with all the candy he used to eat.
Yeah.
Nerds, Mars Bar, Baby Ruth, Payday, $100,000 bar, Abba Zaba. Anyway.
I didn't like the chewy Abba Zab. They were just too this shit everywhere.
Well, you had to brush your teeth with like a spackle brush.
But
the Abba Zaba was good, but you didn't want the whole thing because now you got the La Brea.
What was the other one? The checkered one, the white and black checkers.
No, I think that was Abba Zaba.
Is that Abba Zaba?
It was Abba Zaba. And when you pull it apart, that thing would be like 18 yards. You're like,
you could like use it as tape and shit.
Yeah.
Wonder why, but man, that's when we were tough, man.
I mean,
nowadays,
seriously, I would hear that Lamar would only eat candy throughout the
well, Marshawn Lynch, Skittles.
Right, but he would also eat, though. That's a little bit of a difference.
Steve, is there any truth to Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney too?
I mean, they're going back and forth. They're posturing. I don't know where that goes. I think that they're drug testing in the protocol and what organization they use, and that's going to be a big issue. I think it'd be a big fight. They're both welterweight champions. You know, we'll see. And speaking of boxing news, I guess Tank Davis is going to – they're in negotiations now for a rematch with Pitbull Cruz, which, you know, I guess. Then this Saturday in Anaheim, I'll be out there for the Golden Boy show. That's not bad. And then, you know, boxing just goes on. And then, you know, Pacquiao Mayweather, I don't know if they're going to do their exhibition fights. I haven't heard anything about it. There's rumors that Mayweather may not fight Tyson or they're going to back it up. And then I'm hearing different things about Manny Pacquiao against Provodnikov. Last Saturday, I was working out at Wildcard, and I see Freddie, and I said, Freddie, is Manny here working out? I mean, he says, no, I haven't seen him.
So wait, if this really happens, is this really how it would happen chronologically?
Well,
Devin's going to fight Rolly in a unification bout before he fights Ryan Garcia?
Yet. Look, Rolly Romero has to fight a unification bout, or he has to fight his mandatory Shakram Giasov, who comes with a lot of danger and not a lot of money. So that's the issue. And I think the WBA has finally put its foot down, saying you're going to have, although the WBA can change its mind. It's bad what's happened to Giasov. He should have had that mandatory shot last year, I thought. But, as for Rolly and Devin and Ryan and Shakur, I don't really know what's going on. I mean, Ryan Garcia is now, after saying he wanted Shakur, now Shakur says, well, we need a weight clause or a height. I'm like, hey, guys, either going to fight or you're not. I don't, it's off-putting.
And there's a broad out there saying she would beat Rolly Romero and
Clarissa Shields.
Oh my God,
it's awful. She couldn't.
It wasn't
be a
even
club
worth.
fighter.
It wasn't even worth fucking talking about. It's a mockery.
But with that said, guys, subscribe to my Substack, Steve Kim Boxing at Substack or .substack.com. My multi columns, articles, commentaries, and I do a short podcast twice a week. I have one out today. Yeah, Clarissa Shields.
I've been seeing you on Facebook a lot. Facebook thing's going crazy. I've been seeing you on Facebook a lot. Yeah.
I mean, that right there. And I give Shannon Sharp credit because he held his ground. So you can't beat a guy. And all these boxing media members are so afraid to upset her. You can't beat a guy. You can't. You could not beat a well-trained professional fighter. I don't even mean world class. So, and then she's been dropped in sparring by club fighters. And I'm like, look, Clarissa, you're the best of a very weak field of women fighters in your weight class. That is the truth. Don't start thinking you could actually beat well-trained men. You can't. Not that anyone expects you to. She actually said a couple years ago, I think I could beat Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman would make you look like Ike and Tina. Come on. It's not. And then she actually brought up Golovkin, and I'm like, Golovkin literally could be blindfolded with one arm. He would beat you. That's the truth.
But I don't think they get. Like, what do we get out of it?
Nothing.
We'll be called a woman beater, and you did him wrong.
Well, the other thing is she's only scored one knockout or one stoppage.
Shaun King alluded to that.
You're gonna hurt a guy? Give me a break. But anyway, Coach, I got to get on with Whitlock here.
I'll see you
next week.
I'll see you next week. Peace. Steve Kim, everybody joins the show. Make sure you follow him. We got an hour left, man. We got a lot to discuss. We're gonna dive into commercial break real quick. I'm gonna go take a piss, get some coffee, and we'll see you in about 5 minutes. Peace. Hey, well, fuck it. I'll go home tonight. I'll drink my yak and smoke my stick, and I'll get it back cracking. NFL officially appointed influential storyteller Dar Mann as its first ever chief kindness officer.
I thought that was a joke.
And creator of the week for Super Bowl.
Is this a real deal or is that's a joke?
I'm not going to respond to it because I don't know yet. Let me see.
It's a real deal.
Nah, come on, man. See, I don't want to be going in on stuff that I don't know if it's true or not.
We only do real shit on the show, but it's true.
Chief kindness officer? Like, who we being kind to?
The gays.
I ain't finna throw that on that man. Is he openly gay? I don't know nothing about Buddy. In 2012, he was charged with 13 felony counts of fraud for allegedly defrauding a city. Oh, he must live in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Is he Somali?
Hold on.
It must be Smitty homeboy.
Who the fuck is this, homie? Who's we hiring, homie? Real shit, though. I beat 8 felony. He beat 13.
Bailey, is this real?
100% real, Shaun. Adam Schefter tweeted
What
this,
the fuck is
if you don't believe this? Go read his Wikipedia. All this.
Hold on, Smitty. Shaun's still fighting if it's real though. Like he don't want to make a comment though.
How many felonies did you beat? And how many did he beat?
He beat 5 more than me.
I'm gonna go.
That motherfucker's damn near right there with what's her name, Iman Jean or whatever. The bitch.
Hey, he first ballot. Hey,
Who is the target audience for a fucking chief kindness officer?
Hold on. Did you see the Somalian fake the attack? Did you see that bitch fake the attack, homie? She's getting blasted on her. They caught her faking the attack, homie. This was him. This is the guy that faked it with her, probably. Holy shit, homie. So wait up. In 12, he was charged with 13 properties in 08 and 09, stemming from 08 and 09 charges. He was charged and then beat it, and now Roger Goodell hired him?
Yeah, there's some cold work right here.
Then I don't want to hear Smitty ever talk shit about me not getting a job. Fuck that. So I'm worse than him?
It's just the word that you use, even though I understand the context.
Here we go.
No. I'm saying that's the reason. I'm just being rude. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying when that word gets used in America, they just
what word?
That person's name. The nickname you use for your player.
Slapped it?
Nah, keep going. Well, actually, don't keep going. Actually,
first of all, we could be talking to anybody.
Fizzler.
Yeah, we don't avoid sensitive topics and terms on this show. That's why people love us.
No, about that. We gotta be careful for YouTube standards.
Yeah, YouTube standards, Shaun. What is a kindness officer, though, Shaun? Go. You played in the NFL. You go.
I just asked that. What's the target audience? Like, what's the job?
You would know. You play in the league.
Hey, you said you know everything about
this. Your league.
Yeah, like Roger. You know Roger personally.
You get a monthly pension, homie. You know.
Like, what's going on with this?
You was on the PA.
I was.
Yeah, you voted for this.
They didn't breach this topic during my tenure.
So you weren't privy to this?
No. I've never heard of and then they put chief in front of it. Like, so instead of like CEO or CFO, he's CKO. Like, they don't why companies gonna start like hiring motherfuckers to be the chief kindness officer. Come on, man.
I'm the chief entertainment officer for the Players Company.
Hey, Smitty, Mike Mundy, who donates to the show, said this.
In 2014, Dar Man pleaded no contest to 5 felony counts of defrauding the city of Oakland, resulting in a conviction. He was sentenced to 5 years probation in order to repay $44,000.
That's your face on Mike Bundy's deal.
By the way, there's a commercial. There's like a little AI thing that we got to show. I should have sent the Bailey. It's on Twitter. That's where you got that picture from, by the way. It's on my Twitter somewhere. I got to find it.
I'm here for my first day.
Starman, our new chief kindness officer. Here's your badge. And if you need anything.
Hey, Bailey, what's his following on social media?
It says 26 million YouTube subscribers, 16 million TikTok followers, 4 million Instagram followers.
See, this is what's wrong.
Yeah.
I think JB froze.
No,
he moving.
Oh, you like a mannequin then. So JB, this is what's wrong with America in 2026. Fuck a background check. He got a lot of followers. So if we give him a position for this event, his followers are gonna consume the product. Because you can tell whoever made this hire just looking at you said 26 million YouTube followers.
What does he do? Who is this motherfucker?
I have no idea. But that's gonna supersede the fact that it looked like him and the courtroom are very familiar with each other.
He Mr. Beast or whatever his name is?
I don't even know who that is.
That's unbelievable, homie. I don't want to talk about it no more. Look like a Hamas to me. Fuck him. Robert Saleh has
we got a chief kindness officer and a halftime performer named Bad Bunny. Boy, this would be the coldest Super Bowl ever.
Hold on. Bill Belichick's not in the Hall of Fame and Shedeur Sanders is a fucking Pro Bowler. Yes, all in 1 week.
All this shit happened under Trump.
No, it's Biden. He's fixing everything.
When Obama was in office, Beyonce was doing the halftime show. You know, icons. And the goddamn Trump getting office. Belichick don't make the hall.
Hoops and icons.
NFL hire a fucking chief kindness officer.
Hoops and icons, homie, under Obama.
Shaun, you coming to LA for my All-Star event?
I mean, have I gotten an invite? This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah, we're back in the building. Can you believe on United States soil where the fucking 9/11 occurred, you got a mayor sitting there touching the carpet 3 times with motherfuckers putting up one finger? By the way, when you saw ISIS put up the one finger when 9/11 occurred, did you see the picture of that motherfucker showing the one finger again? It's a mockery. If we don't have a fucking some sort of goddamn stance here, what a fucking mockery, man. I want to see you go over there and do that shit. Go over there, put up American flag, and say death to Quran. Whatever the fuck they say. These motherfuckers are walking around New York today. Dog, I'm just telling you. Where's all the gangsters at in New York, homie? Come out and fucking gangbang on these cats or something. Holy fuck, man. It's fucking disgusting, by the way. We the people. See that sign over there? Over there? Fucking disgusting motherfucker, man. That is what they wanted, D. Jones. It's a fucking shame, man. What a fucking mockery. What a mockery this has happened. Yeah, the mayor swore in with the Quran, homie. I know. And the left are perfectly fine with it. Then you're anti-American, fucking Democrats. You're no longer the Democratic Party, by the way. You're no longer the Democratic Party, homie. Let's keep it real. You're no longer the Democratic Party. And I'll be real. I said it last night. I'm not a war guy. So I'm not totally all in on this whole Iran thing. But let's be honest. Would you rather attack it now or wait until Iran had nukes? We don't ever give Trump the credit for the result. We only talk shit because as soon as he says a word, we already hate him so much that the left is, you fuck that. You know why I resonate? Because I've been there, homie. I've done all this. I'm the hated guy. So it doesn't matter what I say. You've already started to say, as soon as I say, hey, man, JB's a fucking racist. Hey, man, listen, I got 28 guys in the NFL. They were already pros. See, you motherfuckers hate the messenger so bad that you ignore the result. You motherfuckers ignore the results. And by the way, New York's nothing like Cali. Shepard Kelvin. Go to New York and then come to Cali. We don't have that shit. We're not having that shit right now. As bad as we are, we're taxes, we're gas, we're inflation, we're property taxes, we're fucking all that. But we ain't having that shit crack, homie. I don't hear no fucking shit running around with a loudspeaker out here talking about Allah Akbar. I don't hear that shit, homie, because we ain't having it. Too many gangs out here. I mean, we'll fuck around and smoke some of these motherfuckers. Here's the issue. I'd rather have Trump drop his nuts and show that he's not part of the fucking crew, a part of the puppet master's fucking regime, and say, fuck you. That's why they tried to off the guy. I'd rather have a guy with nuts and guts as my leader in America than a guy that gave billions of dollars to the fucking same place that we're bombing right now as Obama and Biden did to enhance their fucking strength. I'd rather take it away like Trump is doing. But see, you won't talk about that. You won't talk about that. You won't talk about the results that what happened in Venezuela like this. Delta Force goes in and fucking cripples Venezuela. You haven't said one thing. The left is only talking about, oh my God, what did he do? Dog, the left right now are anti-American as anti-Americans get. Period. Point blank, period, homie. That is fact, not fiction. The left is a fucking demonic cult. And all you leftists in this chat, hope it soaks in with you motherfuckers. Ask Minnesota, New York, Chicago how it's working, homie. How that's working. In California, by the way, all contrary to belief is red. But the media just won't show it. It's red. So I bet you won't come out here and say it, though. I bet you won't come out here and say that, though. Alexel. You pussy fucking bitch. So anyway, at the end of the day, you're a demonic cult now on the left. The left is gone. There's no more Democratic Party. I'm convinced there's no more Democratic Party. You have the Republicans and you have independents. And the left is either coming over to the right, which they already were anyway. By the way, the Democratic Party were built on Christianity, right? That's what the Democrats were. Sorry, let me go back. Republicans were built on Christianity, conservative. The Democrats now were all once conservative Christians. They're just coming back over. There's no such thing as party switching, homie. You guys are talking about, it's a party switch. It's not a party switch. All that's happening is the hood and the inner city OGs that I grew up with are realizing they were lied to their whole entire life because we are from the hood and we had to be Democrats. Homie, we were lied to. So guess what? It's not party switching. We're just going back to the original conservative values we once had and the Christian being Christian. That's all it is. We're going back to what we started as. Period. See, I'm just too deep that you don't understand the concept of what I'm saying. That's the period, point blank. You're fucking retarded. You don't understand. You can't speak to on my level. So you have no fucking clue what I'm telling you. So at the end of the day, the Democratic Party has been abolished. There's no more Democratic Party. I'm fully convinced, homie. It is a fucking conservative Republican base, a fucking far right extreme base, a far left demonic cult, and then you have people leaving the right and leaving the left and going down the center, and that's called independent, which I've been forever. So I can't be more happy today than being who I have been the entire time. An independent thinker with my own fucking ideology who don't vote. Period. I'm as happy as I've ever been after watching both parties collude against America. See, y'all ain't ready to have a real conversation because the far right's going to bash me and the far left's going to bash me. Here's the real story real quick before we get back to sports. A Republican was the final vote to keep the Vatican files sealed, the fucking American pedos sealed, and we don't know who's who in the fucking administrative, the upper administration of Congress and political parties that have done heinous acts. A Republican voted that down. That has rubbed a lot of Republicans the wrong way. Because a Republican actually shut it down. Versus where a Democrat is shutting down the Save America Act, where we won't vote yes, even though 83% of America wants voter ID. But guess what? The left is shutting that down. Do you not pick up what I'm putting down? Are you not figuring out the right and the left for a million years have worked together to fatten each other's pockets? Why the American people continue to struggle? We are the ones who get fucked. That's why I'm this close to saying fuck the IRS, fuck the government, fuck everybody else. That's what you guys don't understand. But you know what has to happen for that to happen? We need a backing. We have to be united. Black, white, right, left, it doesn't fucking matter. Americans need to reunite. Get this fucking carpet toucher out of fucking America. Get those big head fucks out of Minnesota. Get the fraud out of California. Get Chicago back to being Chicago. Get fucking these states back to being American. And because this is what's going to happen, real talk, you're not ready for this. I'll be the one that does it. Oh, the Netflix star JB. I'll be buried in a jail in Guantanamo. Nobody will ever see me again because I won't have the backing, because a lot of you cowardly fucks won't support it and back it. That's what's happening in America right now. I'm just talking micro versus a macro scale. Somebody with some balls needs to stand against it, and then everyone has to back him. And that last time we did that was a civil war. So I'm just telling you, I'm not here condoning a civil war. I'm telling you, whoever has the voice needs to come out and has to have support, because fuck this government. I'm gonna straight tell you right now, I ain't trying to go to fucking Iran. I'm not for no war. I'm not. But again, we have funded it on the left for a long fucking time. And now we got a guy with balls said, fuck that. I'm going to drop bombs on this motherfucker. And now everyone's mad about it. Only the left's mad, though. And so that's the problem. I'd rather have a guy with balls in America again than a motherfucker that just does what other places say. And I'm going to be real with you right now. I am not. I got a brother in the Air Force I talked to, obviously, has dropped bombs on 9/11, has been in Iraq, has been in Desert Storm. I am convinced fully that this whole we work for Israel thing is a fucking crock. Because we don't work for a country that's this big that gives us zero. They don't give us resources. They don't give us oil. They don't give us land. They don't give us we have protected Israel and protected everyone else equally the same. So you can stop all that bullshit. We work for Israel. I think you're listening to the media too much. Israel's getting its ass handed to them by Iran, but you don't see it. You don't see it on the news. Israel's getting fucking hammered by Iran, homie. You know what? I think between us on this show right here, listen, everybody come in tight. Everybody come in tight. I think that Trump's showing Israel, you need us. And he's flipping the narrative on you fucking weirdos. I think that motherfucker's letting them get bombed for like 2 straight days, and then he'll come in and slow it down and light up Iran real quick, and then he'll pull back out, let Israel see they're getting hammered by Iran again. He'll come back in 2 days and do it again. Motherfucker, he's playing chess with y'all motherfuckers. I'm just telling you, this ain't a normal political power president. Remember, Trump's not a politician, homie. He's a businessman. And guess who I say fuck to? Fuck Israel. Fuck Iran. Fuck Iraq. Fuck all these motherfuckers. Ukraine, fucking Russia, China. I don't give a fuck. I want America back on top. I want American people. Everybody in this chat, whether you like me or not, homie, left or right. If you're American, fucking put your hand up. Y'all don't want to listen. You guys are so mad at who the president is, you forgot you're in America, living on our land and having our freedoms. You're so mad at a president that you have fucking forgot how beneficial this country is to you. I'm gonna be honest. You do have to identify the real enemy first. That's fact. The real enemy has been our fucking government and CIA and everybody else for a long, long time, homie. Hey, Oos, I would run for governor tomorrow to just put this fucking demonic governor we have out of business, but I'd be off. Let's do a poll right now. I run for governor over under 2 weeks. I'm dead. Over under 2 weeks. Coach JB, they ran him off the road. He had a horrific car accident. Hell no, I'm done, Mike Bundy. I'm done in 2 weeks. They wouldn't want my ass. I'm done 2 weeks or less. That's why I'm not running for political. I'm not running for shit, homie. I'm not running for shit. Pro Black Freddie Mac. You do your research too, motherfucker. Tell me again, who started the KKK? Pro Black Freddie Mac? Go. Do 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 do. Oh, fuck no, Trump. Hey, you know why Jesse Jackson's son blasted your boy Obama? Oh, because he's Trump's boy who funded him, who pulled out of being a president and go against him. Instead of going against Jesse Jackson for president, he funded Jesse Jackson because that was his boy. But apparently he's racist to Pro Black Freddie Mac. Anyway, let's get into some sports. Pro Black Freddie Mac probably does yoga and wears pajamas to bed. We got a lot to discuss. Where are those new topics at, Bailey? You highlight them somewhere? Oh, Mina Kimes. Jason Kelsey is an extremely great example of men supporting women in sports media, Mina Kimes said. Wow. You got to be shitting me. The Kelseys have totally fallen off. Jason used to be kind of like a man's man, and then he became he bought into Travis and whatever her name is, Broad. Mina's a joke. Kelseys are a joke. This Broad on the left, whoever that is a joke. Is that a dude or a broad? I don't even know. This is a fucking mockery. Taylor Swift, yeah. This is a mockery. Why, though? Can I know why? Oh, that's Jason Kelce's wife on the left. How am I Jew B, by the way? I don't give a fuck about no Jews. So Mina Khan, I give a fuck about anybody, by the way. That's Jason's wife? Oh, shit. Masculine. Jaw structure. Jawline. I don't like it. Anyway, I don't like the Kelseys. I have a disdain for the Kelseys. I don't like them. They're pussy. So next. Let's get into Pro Black Freddie Mac's favorite fucking race clown, Ryan Clark. Let's get into this. Ryan Clark responds to the latest White House post. Disgusting and despicable.
And I honestly don't have an immediate rage emotion about being involved in the video. But I am disappointed that the video was even made.
So it's the video, the war video.
Yes, I'm disappointed that, because for one, to have Tropic Thunder and football highlights on a video about war is one of the more insensitive things that I've ever seen. There are families here in our country whose loved ones have decided to give their life to fight for our rights and our freedoms, who don't see war as a sport. War doesn't deserve a highlight film. For Tropic Thunder to be a part of it, war is not a comedy. And for these people to be risking their lives, not for our safety as much as for someone else's agenda. For our regime to be as unserious, as unprofessional, as laughable, and as illegitimate as our leadership is right now is embarrassing.
No, you're embarrassing. We've been doing this for fucking 40 years. We've shown football and war to be the same, synonymous. It's been synonymous together for years and years and years. Gladiator sport. You're a warrior. You're a soldier. What? Now it's a problem, Ryan Clark? You're a fucking mockery, homie. You're a joke. You had 2 big hits in your life. And you think you're real good. Nobody cared about you. Pac-Man told me the real. Nobody feared you. You're a joke. You're an absolute mockery. Stop. Everything is about race. When you come on your show, though, and say, keep politics out of sports, just a few years ago, Ryan Clark, all of a sudden now, all you want to do is talk politics. But it's okay when you want to do it, but tell everybody else, keep it out. Shut the fuck up. Mike Bundy. I wouldn't never pray to have a career like Ryan Clark. He played safety, D. Jones. I played quarterback. Fucking moron. Number one. Number two, Mike Bundy, you deal with money, homie. I saw your comment. There's no trace of Donald Trump's campaign donation to Jesse Jackson. What? Come on, Mike. You're smarter than that. You're smarter than that. Stop. You didn't say that? Somebody else has your name in the chat? You know damn well there was no trace of that money. What are you talking about? Motherfucker's been sued and bankrupt and are you kidding me? Mike Bunny changes his fucking profile picture more than goddamn Smitty changes draws. Yeah, you're talking semantics here, Mike Bundy. I'm talking money off the books. You think he's putting money on the books fucking publicly for public record? Mike, you know damn well we're checking Venmo, Zelle, IRS is now tracking all that shit, right? You know it didn't used to be that way, right? Just throwing that out there. Macro. I'm just throwing it out there. NBC has informed Tony Dungy. We talked about it already 2 weeks ago, though, and it's official now. He will not be back with Football Night in America. Dungy, 70 years old, spent the previous 17 years as a mainstream on that program. Tony Dungy, after getting dismantled by Rodney Harrison over the Bill Belichick debacle, by not being admitted into the Hall of Fame, I think that was his last straw. I think they saw that. Listen, Tony Dungy came at me personally after Netflix, so I don't fuck with him, but I respect him as a coach. I respect him, but I don't respect the fact that he doesn't think that he thinks it only can happen one way, and it's his way, and it's gentle, no yelling, you don't need to cuss and all that old shit. I don't think you told that to Bob Knight or Bill Belichick or fucking Bill Parcells or Mike Krzyzewski or Urban Meyer, Nick Saban, Pete Carroll, all the legends that have ever won, John Madden and on and forth and so on, all cussed. They all cussed. So Mike Tomlin, I think, is going to be replacing him. I said it 3 weeks ago. So I'm not. Who's we, D Jones? Who's we going at Dungy? Motherfucker, who's we? Did he come at you? Did Tony Dungy come at you, D Jones, or did he come at me? And who the fuck are we going at Mike Tomlin? I mean, at Tony Dungy. No, motherfucker, I'm going at Tony Dungy because Tony Dungy came at me. See, you soft motherfuckers always got a fucking excuse. Oh, now we going at Tony Dungy? Shut up. You motherfuckers, it's always funny and convenient for you on the outside looking in. D. Jones, you're a fucking nobody. Nobody came at you. Nobody came at you. He came at me, motherfucker. Shit. See, I don't have bitch in my blood. I'm not going to sit there and lay down just because you revere Tony Dungy. Don't mean I got to, motherfucker. I don't got to revere shit. Fuck Tony Dungy. Now what? Motherfucker. You act like you motherfuckers act like motherfucker, he came at me. Fuck. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Fuck your feelings. Fuck that motherfucker. Big Smitty's efforts as he's in Italy has helped the WNBA reach a CBA agreement. And he's trying to push that. Well, it's failed. The agreement has failed after a 12-hour negotiation session running from Tuesday evening into yesterday morning. The WNBA and its players union did not reach a deal on the new collective bargaining agreement. On February 23rd, the league imposed a March 10th target date that has come and gone for a completed deal to avoid the 26th schedule being impacted. Clap it up for Smitty and the WNBA not getting a deal done. And by the way, ESPN, Disney, you woke fucking jokes. You know what? I hope you get what you asked for. I hope you get what you fucking asked for. You took baseball Sunday night, prime time, off your schedule to put these fucking nobodies on it. I hope you fucking crash and burn. You fucking dumbass weirdos. I hope you do. I hope you take it off. Because they won't even have a fucking season. How about you just cancel that shit? Put the WNBA on the fucking, what's that show, The View? Put the WNBA on The View with Whoopi and them. And do that. Do that. It's a fucking demonic cult. And whoever really is out there pushing the WNBA that you really watch them, you're a liar. D. Jones, you're a liar if you watch WNBA. You're a liar. Nobody watches the WNBA. I know two people. And they're like real hoop heads. That's it. I don't know anyone else. God. I think other than the two people I know, anyone else and everyone else that watches the WNBA, I know D Jones don't watch it. I'm just fucking with him. Are gay. Anyone that watches the WNBA, other than the two people I know that do it, are gay. There's no other way around it. There's no other way around it. If you sit at home, sitting there, and you got a baddie over there making you dinner, and you're sitting there getting ready to watch a WNBA game, you are gay. How many times is this guy going to say it? Holy fuck. Look at his profile picture. You got to be shit. Are you going to say it any more times? You fucking nobody? God damn. Do you get pussy? Guess what? It don't matter. You're blocked, bitch. You know how Governor Newsom shows when he crosses his leg where his nuts hit each other? You know that one? That's what you do if you watch the WNBA. Let me shake out my fucking nuts. The crossover leg like this? Like this? That's who watches WNBA. Anybody else is gay. Period. There's no fucking way that you can watch the WNBA and be totally fine with it. There's just no way. Doesn't work. Mina Kimes, man, we've fallen far, man. We've fallen fucking far, bro. I'm just tell you straight out. We are far. Shannon Sharp and Ocho had Rolly Romero on after that broad that Steve just mentioned, saying that she would knock him out. They had him on, and Rolly Romero said, yeah, listen, we don't have men calling out women. Women's the only one calling out men. That's one thing. Fact. But remember, people forget, Serena Williams lost to the 300th ranked man in tennis. Do you remember all that? You guys remember that? Serena, the best, most dominant woman athlete ever, lost to the 300th ranked pro man. Fact. And you motherfuckers really are like, yeah, she could get him. Clarissa, yeah, whatever her name is. I don't know. I don't watch women fight each other. I don't want to see women fight each other. I don't want to see dirty feet. I don't want to see dirty feet get in my bed. I don't want to see a bitch just get pummeled. I don't want to see a bitch come home to me with fucking black eyes and bloody nose. I don't want to see women. Women should not fight. They should not fight. I'm not going to talk about women fighting anymore on this show. I'm not going to talk about women fighting anymore on this show. Can't do it. Bailey, let me type to Bailey privately here. Hold on. Bailey will know. Because I've been getting killed with DMs about this topic, and I don't know if it's true or not. But I've seen a couple videos, and I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't trust anything anymore. The shit is so ridiculous. But it is what it is. I ain't struggling at all, Mr. 090909. I give a fuck about what you think. I'm solo. Bailey's solo. We can't talk while dead time. So now you're seeing dead time. That's all. That's all his difference without a fucking co-host, you dumb fuck. So now you're getting real time. It's a live show. It's not edited, you fucking idiot. It is fake, Bailey? Figured. What's the videos, though? Is that AI? The fuck, they take your real video and make a fucking AI now? That shit's fucking ridiculous. God damn. Hell yeah. I wish I could show this. Michigan Democrat Representative Karen Whitsett quits the Democratic Party and won't run again. Says Democrats betrayed her faith. It's impossible to be a faithful follower of Jesus Christ while remaining a member of the Democratic Party as it exists today. Shout out. Damn, I'm so glad when you stand on business and say some shit that I just said 20 minutes ago about this Democratic Party. And then a sister, a beautiful sister, comes out, Karen Whitsett, and says exactly what I just said 20 minutes ago. I love that shit. I actually love when a plan comes together, when actual facts start to get spit. She realizes she's been lied to by this demonic cult called the Democrats, and now she demands that every other Christian leaves the left. The party that's no longer democratic. They are literal fucking demonic cult leaders. That's what they are. That is what the fuck they are. Period. If you don't believe it, you're out of your mind. And you're going to believe it. You're going to find out soon that that's what it is. But it's all good. You don't have to listen to me. You know the good part about not having to listen to me is that I don't give a fuck. Do you know that? I literally sleep at night the same way. Yeah, I'm getting DM like crazy about it, Bailey, but I don't know. I guess it's AI. There's a video of the broad and then there's a video of him, but I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. You see Kawhi Leonard shaking hands last night and then say, hey, there's a fight. Hold on. This right here, Bailey, let me show you. And just tell me it's fake. I'm sure it is. You're right, but let me see. Because there's another video before this video. I don't know. It's crazy. I've been getting hit by some we coming people, and they told me the same shit. So I'm confused. Yeah, we're gonna do March Madness here on Monday. We're gonna do a bracket. Yeah, the Travis stuff's fake. I know. I heard. It's crazy that they put that much effort into the shit, though. Jake Paul got Trump's endorsement if he wants to be a political figure. A fucking joke. Here's the thing about athletes and trying to be politicians. AJ McCarron dove deep into being a governor, and he has done it for several years, and he actually has an investment in it. Same as Tommy Tuberville, same as some other folks. But when you leave in your first year out of your profession and you go into politics, to me, is the worst kind. It's just you're using your name. Deion Sanders being a coach, you're using your name. Michael Vick, you're using your name. JJ Redick, you're using your name. I don't believe those are the best coaches, politicians, etc. I don't believe it. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't believe that. You got to stay out of fucking your profession and get into the new profession for a long time to realize how many nuances there are to being successful in that space before you just run and say, I'm the mayor of fucking Chicago. I don't believe that you're going to have a lot of success. So I don't know what Trump's endorsing Jake Paul for. I didn't know Jake Paul was running for anything, but apparently if he ever did, Trump said he would endorse him publicly yesterday in Kentucky. If Jake Paul runs for anything, again, I'm just a realist. I don't give a fuck if he's right or left. It would be a mockery. He's a fucking retard who hit the lightning in a bottle and became a billionaire, I'm sure, from YouTubing. And now he's going to be a fucking politician. I guess it's business moves. I guess, dog. I'm fucking Mr. Beast on the left. Same shit. Same shit. Yeah, I guess. D Jones. It is what it is, dog. You know what? You can't have a fucking. You can't have an opinion no more. You can't have an opinion no more. Any opinion now is hit with your opinion. Have you ever thought about that? Can't have an opinion because your opinion's wrong, but my opinion's correct. And then my opinion is not. Stop. Suit's too tight. I don't like his suit. I don't like it. Oh yeah, Bailey. I appreciate it. I figured it is. I figured it was. It is what it is. Fuck it. Mike Tyson called out boxing, saying it's a joke. Nobody fights anymore. Carson Palmer, USC legend, California and national champion high school coach in year one, showed up to USC practice yesterday with my boy Vandermeer and a couple of buddies of mine that walking into into practice, rocking the Santa Margarita gear. The next head coach at USC is Carson Palmer. I said that shit how long ago? Patrick Curran, peace out. You know you don't have to say it, right? What you don't have to say it. Nobody cares, Patrick. You know that, right? And I agree. After having a coach for 4 years and then you go solo, guess what? It's different show, you dumb fuck. God damn. You act like there's back and forth banter going on between myself, you fucking idiot. That's why you go home and jack off alone. Holy shit. You didn't give me your opinion. You gave me your fucking pussy ass take. I'm out. You sound like a victim. I'm out. Like we all gotta fucking know you're leaving, Patrick. Just leave. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, you fucking nobody. Member up. God damn. And you look like fucking Somalian, you fucking alien head looking bitch. Oh. Show that shit right now, Bailey. I'll be at Whitlock tomorrow. Killing him again, knocking him out the box. Don Staley did not win the SEC this year. Texas beat that ass. ESPN's network had its most watched women's college basketball regular season since 08-09. South Carolina and LSU's February 14th matchup led to 1.7 million views, 333,000 views average. Jason Whitlock said, "Who believes this? The buzz around women's college hoops regressed incredibly this year. They keep coming up with these new ways to count viewers. It's a Ponzi scheme that speaks to how bad Super Bowl ratings were. Everybody's numbers went up except the Super Bowl." I'm with Jason Whitlock on this one. Fact, not fiction. I truly believe he's correct. He is absolutely correct on that. I don't disagree. The buzz around college hoops is fucking garbage, just like the NBA is garbage, just like the WNBA is garbage, and nobody's watching that shit. You can't fucking fool me. You cannot fool me. Ain't nobody watching that shit. 300,000? Patrick said everybody's sensitive. It's hilarious. Says the guy that says, "This is garbage, I'm out." Oh my God. You realize how fucking dumb you sound, homie? I'm gonna do some whiteboard shit coming up spring. with some DV sports, some football, old school, like Chris said in the chat, old school, BMKs, made up humans, all the old school shit. But I love the back and forth with Smitty, so I like the co-host. I don't want to do a show alone for 3 hours. Fuck no, you know how hard it is? Shit. Crazy as hell. That shit's ridiculously hard. Take a shot at what? Yeah. Hello? Fucking bitch. Yeah, I started the show by talking shit to the chat all the time. I do have a show on politics. It's on Monday and Wednesdays on Patreon, but you got to member up over there. Not everything's free. Not everybody's giving me a fucking... Walmart's interviewing, by the way, Patrick. Walmart's interviewing. They put a post out that they're interviewing for baggers. So go ahead. You can hit them up. I told Smitty to take a week off and go take his wife. You know why? Because I want all you fucks to see that talk shit that you need a back and forth banter to have a good show. You guys don't get it. And you don't give a fuck. And I don't give a fuck about what you don't give a fuck about. Because you don't realize that this shit is not fucking easy. And you need back and forth banter. I like disagreeing. I like arguing. I like fucking fighting. I like talking shit. What the fuck? Oh, fuck. Hold on. I gotta handle something. What the fuck is this? I got a new car. I got some sound put in yesterday from my boys over at Elite Autos, car stereo. Did a video on Instagram. You can see it. But yeah, I got a little SUV that I had to put some sound in because I didn't like the sound. I got sound in every car I've ever had, and it has to be like to my liking. I got a sound ear. My boat is unbelievable. My truck, my car. So I had to get a daily driver cruiser. So I got a BMW, little X7 or whatever. It's decent. Before we end the show, man, we're ending a little early. I got to take a call. We got some WPS and some BPS for you. And let's show it, Bailey.
This is my insane husband loading. Crazy guy. Same thing happened on the first one. Honey, you're about ready to...
What's he doing?
Go off.
Hold on. Josh Fele, did you just disrespect the fuck out of my Cadillac EXT and call it a avalanche, homie? Do you know the difference between an avalanche and a EXT? Like 60 grand. Come on, Oos. You fuck me. I wouldn't drive an Avalanche with that plastic piece of shit, and I'm a Chevy guy, but come on, homie. The EXT got the Vortec Corvette engine in it. Stop. Let me show the rest of this.
Crazy man. Okay, now do the victory dance.
That's white as it gets. Whoever did that and thought of that was cool was a fucking idiot, by the way. Whoever thought that. Show some BPS.
Nothing like that, man.
Hey, you probably won't see anything like this, brother. It's a whole hoop on my hand.
Yeah, I see that. That's pretty cool.
Rio, get your mans.
That's pretty cool.
Rio, get your mans. Damn, that's impressive. Actually, it is impressive. My boy Daybone in here, that's a fucking hell of a barber deal. Like, how do you do that? You can't grow it. You can't shape that up. You can't fucking fade that in. How the fuck did this motherfucker make that shit? That's actually impressive on me. He just tied his dreads up. Boom, boom. I'm pretty impressive. I'm impressed on that one. Tomorrow, Tank Johnson will join us again. Shaun King's back off hiatus. Shout out to Big Matt as he's dealing with his mom. Try to get Matt on here sooner or later. And then the weekend is we have a heat advisory here in California. Not only is Iran off the coast in regular boats like the Slapdick Yacht with Ruben shooting drones at us, but that's fake news, by the way. But it's supposed to be 102 degrees this weekend out where I'm at, and it's supposed to be 90 on the water. That shit is crazy. In March. We are in March, by the way. Remember, we're in March. So as a lot of you guys are getting through the snow, we've been in the sun for about 2 months already. So we'll see, but it's a heat advisory. Alex L5868, eat a dick. We'll see you guys tomorrow on the Realest Show on Planet Earth. Peace.